I really want to acknowledge our amazing partnership in 2015 and 2016 to develop a vital suite of cancer educational materials for patients and caregivers, the CEMPC. The development process was rigorous, and we were thrilled to launch these materials with you all in 2017 and to relaunch a second edition in late 2024 after a rigorous medical review process that was led by KENCO. KENCO has been such a wonderful leader in this area, ensuring that all health workers and health educations across the country understand how to use these important materials to effectively deliver patient-centered education and communication with heart, and making sure that hospitals have these materials when they need them. I've named some of the major ways we've worked together across these past 10 years, but it's not everything we've done together, and it's not remotely everything that KENCO has done on its own. And that is what speaks to your phenomenal growth and impact and the return on ACS's investment in KENCO. So on behalf of ACS, the broader team of Global Cancer Support, I want to congratulate you, thank you, and motivate all of you for the next 10 years. As much as you've done so far, there is so much more to do. So thank you for your partnership. Thank you for your leadership. Thank you for standing united against cancer. Happy 10th birthday, KENCO. And here's to the next decade.
Thank you very much. Happy 10th birthday, KENCO. And I think Christy just forgot to mention that in the Spark initiative, we also have Kisumu County, Jaramogi Hospital represented, and someone say we have power in the room. So I'm going to take you very briefly about our work the past 10 years. I'm going to really summarize it. And as I continue, if you are a KENCO member organization, just wave so that we know who we are talking about. Thank you so much. Can you please clap for them? And if you're not yet, you have a cancer-based organization, please make sure you join us. Celebrating a decade of impact. Media, kindly the presentation. Celebrating a decade of impact and securing the next. As I wait for the media. So KENCO at 10 initiative is about reflecting back to what we have achieved in the last 10 years. And as an umbrella organization, our achievements are equally embedded on the achievements of our member organizations. As a member organization umbrella body, we pride ourselves in the increase and the success of the organizations. I'm trying to talk before the presentation comes. We pride ourselves in the success and the thriving of the organizations that we umbrella or coordinate. Coordinated 10 years of cancer civil society action, coordinated 10 years of advocacy, coordinated 10 years of national coordination of the CSOs in the country, and a legacy investment for sustainability and scale to ensure that we power the next decade. I've already moved to the second slide. Thank you very much. The second slide. Thank you very much. And that is who we are. If you recognize any face, October, July 2025, we brought this country to a standstill. Dr. Timothy Oluen could not recognize us when we went to NCI with headbands and you were saying, SHA must work. That is what we have been doing for the last 10 years. Launching KENCO at 10 today ensures that whatever KENCO has achieved in all the milestones, that the next 10 years, we will still be here. We will still be pushing. We will still be advocating. We will still be empowering. And we will still be ensuring that your success is our success. So a decade of impact, that's what we are talking about. We have been around, and one of the pride, and I always tell Dr. Oluen wherever he goes for meetings and he spots me in the crowd, he ensures that he mentions that we as KENCO were the ones who were instrumental in the institutionalization of the National Cancer Institute of Kenya. If you're not clapping, then you're jealous. An act of parliament in 2012, David Makumi and his team were concerned that there was laxity in this government and they needed a body, a semi-autonomous government agency that was squarely dedicated to cancer coordination and cancer advocacy, and that is how NCI Kenya came. KENCO has also contributed and influenced key policies. When the National Health Insurance Fund was brought on board, they did not have a clear oncology package. Through our advocacy and policy advocacy, we were able to have the National Cancer, the oncology package embedded within the National Health Insurance Fund. And you agree with me that that has been one of the best oncology packages in the country, and we are just taking a break because we heard that SHA is taking 90 days. So we are also taking a break and watching them. After 90 days, if there is no change, then watch the space. KENCO brought the City Cancer Challenge to Nairobi, which is strengthening cancer care systems, and we are glad and happy with the progress that the City Cancer Challenge has done so far. KENCO has positioned Kenyan patient voices on the global stage through the forums like membership of the World Cancer Congress. We are respected voice in the African region. We are respected and represented at AOTIC. We are respected at ISMO, UICC, ABC Global Alliance because of the leading of advocacy and contributions to ensure that oncology care and cancer journey in lower and middle income countries like Kenya, people do not have to suffer the consequences of cancer. So what have we been doing for the last 10 years? 75,000 plus patients have been supported with prostheses, wigs, stomach bags, and essential supplies. Your Excellency, in one of our petitions, we told the government that we need the essential cancer rehabilitative materials included in the oncology package. We have done over 100,000 newly diagnosed patients and caregivers. What Christy mentioned as CEMPC is a signature formulation for KENCO. It is still being studied to date. We are having people coming to learn about it. And this material has ensured that there is easy communication of a cancer diagnosis, both to the healthcare worker and also to the patient. Kenya Network of Cancer Organization has built a network of over 70 dedicated cancer civil society organizations. Just from that one member called Christy and the few members who are in this room, from the 13 founding members who will be recognized tonight, and these people and this organization has continued to drive a nationwide impact. Right now, Kenya Network for Cancer Organization has over 500 CSO equipped with knowledge and skills to support their work in cancer advocacy, breaking down cancer science, cancer awareness, and empowerment. We have achieved global recognition for innovation in advocacy and community engagement. So the KENCO Attend journey, one of them you're here today, we are launching the KENCO Attend birthday. 2016, Makumi and his team had a document that had been approved, officially recognized, officially registered by the government of Kenya. That is why we are here. And you can see it is written there, high-level audience. Can you say that audience is me? And of course, as Christy said, American Cancer Society has also entrusted us this year with the Global Relay for Life certificate. This is a coveted certificate that American Cancer Society gives to credible organizations and an umbrella body like KENCO. And we will be depending on you to make it a success towards the month of June on the Cancer Survivorship Month. And of course, our signature Scars to Stars, we are having it in October. This is a signature event that celebrates the scars behind a cancer diagnosis. Any cancer diagnosis lives with a scar, a physical scar, a financial scar, an emotional scar, an abandonment scar. But as Kenya Network of Cancer Organizations, we say that behind those scars, there's a beautiful story to be told. Because remember, this year's theme is united by unique. Your story is different. Your story is unique, and your story is worth telling. What do we look at for the next 10 years? We want to exist in the next 10 years. We want to make sure that the voices of the patients are heard. We want to make sure that advocacy journey continues. We want to make sure that the government does not sleep until we get better policies for cancer patients. So in that way you're here, we are requesting you to work with us to build another legacy, a decade legacy of impact. We are revolving KENCO together with our member organizations into a product-driven cancer ecosystem. We offer clearly defined, scalable solutions that partners can adopt, can fund, can co-implement across Kenya and the region. One of the ways that we're looking at it, of course, most of our member organizations are already running. Africa Cancer Foundation is running a robust program with the, okay, this is where you clap, with a robust program with the mobile clinic in Kisumu. In fact, As early as last week, they were active. Somewhere, I've forgotten the name, but Wairimu informed me about it. We want to make sure that our member organizations, as they do the awareness and advocacy, there is linking for access, there is linking for screening, and we are doing the mobile cancer, what we call the MCSS. If you're here, this is one of the areas you can support us with to ensure that early detection, reduce late-stage diagnosis, and there is improved survival. Sad as it is, right now, we are still diagnosing cancer at 75% late. It means we need to do a lot of work in early diagnosis. Another area that we are keenly looking at is on genomics and precision medicine access initiatives. We are already looking out for precision medicines, affordable genomic testing, access for precision oncology, access for Africa cancer genomic data generation. And this is meant to have a high impact innovation and data leadership in Africa. We want to position KENCO and the member organizations as the data leaders as far as survivorship is concerned in Africa. We are going also to have the KENCO Cancer Advocacy Academy. We have been doing trainings, but now we want to have it satisfied, where we have patient navigators, community health workers, advocates and survivors, and I'm seeing Jackie smiling because she's passionate about patient voices. So what we are looking at is having a scalable human capital pipeline that has the community taken care of, and the cohort will be developing, co-developing curriculum and sponsor certificates to ensure that the KENCO members and the patients and the community that you serve, they have the capacity and the knowledge that they need through the KENCO Cancer Advocacy Academy. One of the areas where most of this room I scanned around, over 60% are cancer survivors. Cancer survivors, by default, they are doctors. You know, they say terms that you never know. By default, they are patient navigators. They know the processes. And now we want it to be institutionalized and recognized by the government and by the systems by having the patient navigation and survivorship care system. This will be an end-to-end patient support system and navigation from diagnosis to survivorship, psychosocial and rehabilitation services to ensure follow-up and tracking, so that this system is not only funded by the existing government models, and we have been shouting that the community health promoters need to integrate the cancer survivors in their model, but will ensure that there is improved outcome and reduced patient drop-off. When we went to Parliament in last year, towards the end of last year in August, the parliamentarians led by Dr. Nikal, and he said he's coming here, they challenged us on one thing. They told us talk without data will not take us anywhere. And that is why our approach was appreciated, because before we went on the streets, we made sure we collected data, and we have the chair lady of the advocacy team here, she will speak. We are going to ensure that the survivorship data is well captured. We know how much it is to treat breast cancer, for example, but how do we tell what are the non-medical costs? How much will I need to go to hospital, back and forth? So we are going to have a centralized digital infrastructure that will track patients, that will do program monitoring and do policy and research insights. Please clap for this also. This is what we have been doing, but now we want to do it on a large scale and have an access program. We want to have ourselves and the member organizations to have a coordinated supply and advocacy platform linked to the referral hospital, so that we know a woman who goes through a mastectomy immediately gets help. When there's someone who needs a stoma bag, they immediately get help through the access program. This will ensure that there's availability of diagnostics and medicines at affordable treatment pathways, and to ensure that the direct impact on affordability. Just to think about it, one stoma bag, for example, is 1,000 Kenya shillings. 1 month, a patient will need to the minimum 20 of those bags. Do the math. She has not paid school fees. She has not paid rent. She has not put food on the table. We are also going to look at community prevention and awareness. This one we do, but we want to do it through an engine, a scalable outreach model, using community education campaigns, screening mobilization with the mobile clinic access, vaccination, which is now the way to go, because vaccination is equal to prevention, and this will ensure high impact and visibility. And finally, what we do best, our cup of tea and coffee, policy, financing, and advocacy hub. We are not just going to talk on the streets of Nairobi. We are going to talk with data. We are going to talk with evidence. We are going to talk with an agenda. And this will help us to fund research, co-create policy solutions, advocacy, alignment. So please take note of any of these areas that you feel you can partner with KENCO as an umbrella organization to continue driving the legislative change agenda on cancer. And finally, this is the most final, the KENCO Endowment Fund. This is a long-term financing mechanism that we are doing as an umbrella, and we are also empowering our member organizations to have a sustainable endowment fund. Knowing how the West funding has been, it is important that these organizations continue to exist, continue to do what they do, and this will ensure financial sustainability and long-term impact. And of course, the KENCO Patient Advisory Panel, we always say nothing for us without us. Before any clinical trial is done on a cancer patient, before any decision is done on cancer, we are going to advocate to have a KENCO Patient Advisory Panel that will be consistent of over 90% lived and learned experience of people who will ensure that the patient-centered cancer care and decision-making enrolls around the patients. Those are just some of the pictorials. I believe you have gone to the pictorials. Okay, thank you very much. I think you can identify some people in the room. Can you see Makumi there? 2018. Can you see Dr. Zippy? Can you see our First Lady, Mama County, looking very nice there with a scarf? So that is the journey of KENCO for the last 10 years. So why are we here this evening on my last slide? We are here because the future of KENCO lies in what we build together. Tonight we are here because the future of KENCO lies in your hands. We are here because that future starts now. Join us in securing the next decade. KENCO at 10.
Thank you very much, Phoebe, for telling us, where we have been. And where we want to go. Now you all have an idea of how KENCO came about. And I just want to ask any of the founding members of KENCO, both board members and member organizations, if you're in the room, please stand up. Just stand up. Because you are the ones that laid that foundation for KENCO to grow to where it is. Next, I want to ask all the KENCO member organization members to stand up. Anyone affiliated with a KENCO organization, please stand up. You have seen where we are coming from. You have seen where we want to go. That is almost half the room. So I want you guys just to all stand up, everybody else, and just give us a round of applause for where we have been and where we are going. So can we give a round of applause? KENCO at 10. I get very excited because my organization, you can have your seats. My organization, Hope for Cancer Kids, was part of the first cohort of the SOURCE program from the American Cancer Society, strengthening organizations for a united response to the cancer epidemic. And we were taken through rigorous, it was almost like a degree course. And I know those of you who went through the SOURCE program, and I can see Steps Ahead. I saw somebody from Steps Ahead here. Where has he gone? Yes. We all know his face. And we were taken through a rigorous process to enable us to have the resources, the know-how, the thinking, the governance, the systems, the practices to be able to get where we are. So we have achieved quite a bit. We have been talking for quite a while as well. I know it's past dinner time. So I think I'm going to now allow us to have some dinner before we have some more talking. And to pray for our dinner, I'd like to ask any volunteers to pray for dinner before I tag you. Then I will tag my co-host to come and just pray for our dinner. But we have achieved a lot, but there's still a lot to do. So we thank you for your partnership, and we hope that this is just the beginning of the next 100 years of KENCO. Lucy, over to you.
Thank you so much. Let us bow our heads in prayer. Almighty God, we come this evening with thanksgiving in our heart. Thank you for the gift of life. Thank you for the gift of this day and the gift of this new life that we've never seen. We bless your name. We exalt you. We are very happy this morning, this evening, God, because you've assembled us together here for a good cause. There is a dinner that has been prepared for us. We pray that you may bless it, may it be of benefit to our bodies, and them that they don't have, may you make provision for them. It is in Jesus' mighty name we pray and believe. Amen. Bon appetit.
Thank you very much.
I'm being guided that you're going to start with the executive table for serving. So kindly.
The dinner is being served just outside.
Outside.
If you go out the main door, you will find everything, so you can go out and serve, then come back in with your dinner. I know we have some dignitaries here who will be served. So Phoebe and the team, kindly make sure that they're okay. So I'd like to ask the first table here to kindly serve your dinner.
Papa Lolo, Baba Kiyo Wapi, Papa Lolo,
to celebrate the 10th anniversary of the Kenya Network of Cancer Organizations. We, some of the founding working committee of KENCO, are passing along our deep congratulations on this incredible milestone. I am Mishka Kolisira, and I had the great honor of witnessing KENCO grow from a big idea to a concrete plan. In February 2013, an informal group of individuals came together around a meeting table in the Westlands neighborhood with a big idea. What if we tried to form an umbrella body for individual cancer organizations in Kenya to work together under a unified purpose and mission? We had about 20 people from 7 organizations and an immediate sense that there was goodwill to make something happen.
Good evening, everyone. Faraja started in 2015, and at the same time, around the same time, there were a number of other cancer organizations coming up. So we felt that it would be really good to have an umbrella body. And Faraja was actually the place where KENCO was conceived so many years ago. Delighted to see that all the vision, all the things we had in mind, which was collaboration, partnership, working together, is all happening even 10 years down the line, and in such a big way. It's also great to see how many members we have and the difference that we are making through KENCO and through the members of KENCO. Congratulations on the 10th anniversary, and wishing you all the very best always. Thank you.
10 years ago, a group of committed civil society cancer control leaders came together to change the story of how we do and approach cancer advocacy in this country. They formed the Kenya Network of Cancer Organization to be the umbrella body bringing together all players to fight cancer as a united front. KENCO has grown from a humble beginning of less than 10 member organizations to a national movement, bringing together more than 60 organizations in the county, a model that can be replicated in the entire Africa region as a way to approach cancer as a united front. KENCO has not only changed history by the way we approach cancer control, but is saving lives and empowering cancer survivors, giving them a platform and a voice to change how cancer control is done in this region.
Happy birthday, KENCO. It's really exciting to be here today as you mark 10 years. It's been wonderful watching the growth that KENCO has gone through in the last 10 years, and actually even before the official registration in 2016, when a group of like-minded organizations came together with a desperate need to change the narrative on cancer care and control in Kenya. Since then, we've seen KENCO grow in number and in strength. We've seen people with lived experience taking to the streets for their voice to be heard. We've seen organizations grow in advocacy skills. We've seen CBOs coming together, empowering members, giving newly diagnosed patients a hug just to be able to give them the hope to live for tomorrow. KENCO, you're doing a wonderful job. Keep it up. I wish you well. Happy birthday.
I would like to congratulate KENCO this evening for the 10 years achievements. Although KENCO has done more even before the 10 years, I want to say congratulations. And I'm not just congratulating an organization, I'm congratulating the people behind this organization. This includes the people who have formed KENCO, the member organizations that have come together to form the Kenya Network of Cancer Organizations, the leadership, the governance, the board leadership, the leadership at the secretariat, the team at the secretariat. Thank you so much for the great job you are doing. You are doing a wonderful job. You have made cancer a priority in this country. You have actually put all the cancer challenges into the forefront of our government and our people and the community. Thank you so much. This is just showing that as a community, when we work together, we can bring change. When we unite together with one voice, when we have one shared vision, we can actually bring change. Let us share the vision of reducing the burden of cancer, whether it's creating awareness, whether it's making sure there's access to treatment, palliation, survivorship. All those are very important. And also, I want to say that we need to really, for example, the future of cancer in this country should really focus on creating, resilient programs, programs that can actually be sustainable through local leadership as well, local partnership, which is very important. So we need to look at how can we work together as in a collaboration where we really fight the burden of cancer, where we ensure those who are already affected are also receiving the best quality of care that they can ever receive. So we have to really work together. When the government is producing policies, when they're working on guidelines, we have to make sure we are on the table. We are co-creating all these documents with them, because the people who have gone through cancer are the ones who know best where the shoe pinches. So they should be part of everything and not be left out. So the future of cancer in this country is actually in the hands of those who are part of KENCO membership. We need to advocate together. So thank you very much. Thank you so much. I'm so excited, and I look forward to better collaborations. I look forward to a better place in this country where we don't even have, we have the reduction in the cancer burden. We have people living well. We have better quality of life for families and those affected and their families. Thank you for the work you're doing. Please continue the advocacy. Advocacy is important, and support for each other is also very important. Let us continue that work together. Asanteni sana.
My name is David Makumi. I'm the Chief Executive Officer of Faraja Cancer Support Trust, one of the founding member organizations of KENCO, and I also have the honor of actually being the founding chair and the first board chair of the Kenya Network of Cancer Organizations. This organization was founded by a small visionary team of civil society advocates. We have many colleagues joining us, including Mishka Shira, a US-based public health expert, and many others who came together on the realization that the cancer control agenda in this country was being led in a very fragmented way. Everybody was doing their own little thing. There was a lot of duplication of efforts, but there was also a lack of unity of purpose. And coming together brought that sense of the fact that we are all fighting the same fight, and we needed to do this in a very well-structured way, harnessing our collective strengths and also working towards a common goal, a shared agenda, a shared vision of a country where cancer would not continue to ravage our communities as it were then. And we came together again to make sure that we have a collective voice when we push our agenda to the government, to the Ministry of Health, to the various agencies. We were coming in a collective way, ensuring that we do not have dissenting voices. And that way, we had a very large constituency to represent that is united in one voice and pushing the same agenda. From its humble beginning of less than 10 member organizations, just a few member organizations, and given the sense of purpose that united us, this attracted many other groupings, patient groups, like community-based organizations, patient support groups, even larger NGOs to join us because they saw the sense in what we are doing. And the fact that we are united also means that our resources are used in a very prudent manner. We do not have to duplicate. If there is an organization, for example, that had good information and education materials, then you don't have to duplicate that. If you know which organization was running support groups, for example, those running Faraja, then you don't have to duplicate that. You're able to quickly refer patients because we all appreciate the burden of cancer as it was 10 years ago and is now no one organization, no one single entity, not even the government can be able to do this together alone. It takes the concerted effort of many players. So of course the state actors like the Ministry of Health and different government agencies and quasi-government agencies. It takes the non-state actors, like the Kenya Network of Cancer Organizations and many other people out there who are not necessarily government affiliated, as well as even industry, pharmaceutical industry, service providers like hospitals, research organizations like KENCO, agencies that are working not necessarily in cancer but in whatever aspect of health. Takes all of us, but also takes ordinary men and women, not just agencies, cancer survivors. Takes researchers, doctors, nurses, therapists, everyone who can do something about cancer coming together. Because even hospitals can't treat cancer alone. They have what we call multidisciplinary teams. So it's the same in the national space. We need the political will of our politicians, and we also need the wisdom of the technocrats and all those who allocate resources to ensure that this is done effectively. And that is where KENCO as an organization comes in terms of even defining and setting the agenda and also contributing towards the prioritization of cancer in the country. When you look at even the health budgets, KENCO plays a role in the national budgeting cycle in trying to push ensuring that cancer is budgeted. Maybe not to the extent that we want, but at least if there is nobody flagging, whether it's the national budget or even the county budgets, if nobody is flagging that, then it won't happen. And that is again where KENCO comes in, because KENCO empowers its own member organizations to do a lot of grassroots advocacy within their counties and sub-counties to ensure that cancer is addressed and that the cancer agenda is not lost in the many health priorities that exist. So from a policy perspective, KENCO is a policy shaper. I, as a founding member of the board and also the founding chair, I've seen how we as KENCO have continued to shape policy in this country. We have a cancer policy in the country. We have been active as contributors to the National Cancer Control Plans, including the National Cancer Control Strategy. There is no policy discourse that happens without the contribution of KENCO, whether we are invited on the table or whether we have to invite ourselves as advocates. It's important that the voice of the civil society, and by civil society I include even persons with lived experience of cancer, the ones we call survivors, ensuring that they are on the table, they are part of the policy shaping. So from that perspective, KENCO has played a major role, not only also in shaping the policy, but also in ensuring that those policies are implemented. It doesn't help anybody, at least it doesn't help the cancer control community, if policies are well crafted and they end up gathering dust somewhere. Those policies have to be implemented. Again, KENCO as the moral voice of our society in regard to cancer control, it's KENCO who has to ask the status, demand what we call social accountability. Where are we in the implementation of the national strategy? Where are we in implementing various policies? Where are we as a country in holding government accountable? The various promises that are very often made by our politicians, somebody has to flag them. Somebody has to say, yes, the politicians promised this, whether it's the president, whether it's the minister, whether it's the MP or the MCA, we need to hold them accountable. Once they say this will happen, then KENCO picks that up, mobilizes its members, and demands that it happens, demands that resources are allocated accordingly. 12 years ago, when we started the journey towards a unified approach to cancer control, we didn't even train oncologists and oncology nurses in this country. What is happening? The National Cancer Institute was really at its infancy. Again, it is KENCO that ensured and pushed to ensure that resources are put to ensure the NCR is up and running. We work very closely with the ministry, obviously where we need to come together and where we need to point things that need to be done. We also come and say, yeah, this needs to be done, and with a sense of urgency. When we started 10 years ago on this journey, whereas the numbers are still, as grim as they were then, all patients had to come to Nairobi to receive their radiotherapy. Something started in Eldoret just about that time, but the vast majority of Kenyans had to travel to Nairobi to get radiotherapy. This country, you can now get radiotherapy in Garissa, can get radiotherapy in Eldoret, in Mombasa, and counting. So all these things, whereas of course we commend the government for ensuring this are happening. Somebody didn't wake up and decide we are going to have this. It took a lot of work, a lot of advocacy. KENCO members have been to the streets, not once. I've been to the streets multiple times, more times than I can remember, pushing for one agenda or another. We are seeing changes and grateful for those changes. But it's because of the work done in the background by organizations led by KENCO to ensure that this is happening. That when we look at, for example, financing for cancer, ensuring that social health SHA is catering for cancer as we would want it to. We are not there yet. But again, making sure that not just some components of cancer are covered, ensuring the whole continuum of care is covered. It is KENCO that is leading those efforts. It's KENCO that is enabling patients access care in that way. When you look at the issues around screening, early detection, prevention, it's actually something that is led by civil society organizations. The vast majority of those organizations are our members as KENCO, whether they are running a little camp somewhere in Namanga, or whether they are doing some screening somewhere in Webuye, or whether they are doing something in Nyamasaria in Kisumu. They are KENCO members doing grassroots work, educating communities, about cancer. They could be doing that in a church. They could be doing that in a chief's baraza. Wherever that is happening, that is the face of KENCO at the grassroots, leading the advocacy and public education on prevention, educating communities on screening when they should go for screening, educating communities on where they can get accurate cancer information and also get good cancer care. Because again, there is a lot of disinformation out there. So it's our members, KENCO as a member organizations, who are leading all these efforts out in the communities, shaping how screening and prevention is done, one Kenyan at a time. And this is actually an area the government needs to put money. We really must get our Ministry of Health, the Treasury, put money on some of these, what we say are low-hanging fruits, empowering maybe the community health promoters to be part of the prevention agenda, ensuring that money is not only put to treat those who have the disease, but we also need to put money to ensure those who don't have the disease do not get it. And if they do, we catch it early so that we can improve cure rates, we can improve survivorship. And it's also important to mention that KENCO is not just about cancer in adults. We are talking about cancer both in the adult and in the pediatric or in the children population, because KENCO has members who also deal primarily with children. So it's carrying everyone who is doing something about cancer along as we get, whether they are providing psychosocial support programs like Faraja, or whether they are doing other programs or in educating wananchi about cancer. we need to work together. Another important component that KENCO has played over the years is ensuring that we have continued dialogue with the Ministry of Health, which is the parent ministry, but also with other players in the larger non-communicable diseases space. We know that cancer is a non-communicable disease. So KENCO has led those discussions and engagements with the other agencies that work, because there are aspects of cancer that need a multi-agency approach in terms of prevention, in terms of policy, things, you know, when you think about things like tobacco, when you think about alcohol, all those cut across various disease entities, and KENCO has been a part and parcel of engaging the Ministry of Health, but also other government agencies, including, you know, the Taxpayers Association, is ensuring that we are well positioned to address or to have a multi-pronged approach to cancer control. You know, looking ahead, when you think about the years ahead, we have celebrated a great milestone, which is 10 years, which is great. But there is so much work to be done, because cancer is unrelenting. We have 44,000 plus new cancer cases every year. That's a huge number. You know, we are talking about nearly 100 Kenyans being diagnosed with cancer every day. Now, that is a huge number. That is a number that we should be worried about. It's a number that we should send shivers down the spines of everyone concerned, everyone who cares. Like more than 100 Kenyans being diagnosed with cancer every day. And we are losing more than 80 people every day. Those are huge numbers. When we started KENCO, we were saying the same thing. So there's so much work that needs to be done. But now in the coming years, we must move with speed. We must move with a sense of urgency, because the task ahead of us is urgent. We have even made calls previously. Cancer is a national disaster. We need to move with speed to ensure that resources are put in place to ensure
Kisumu, Professor Nyong'o, and the First Lady of Kisumu. We call her Mama County. Mama Dorothy, all protocols observed. My name is Philip Odio. I'm the board chair, KENCO, and I would like to invite, I know they are eating, so maybe they can stand where they are. If they can come front, that would be so nice. The current board members, if you can come to the front, the current board members, so we just introduce yourselves before I give my few remarks, not a day of speeches. The board members who are there, karibuni. Let's appreciate them. These are the people who take their time, resources, wisdom, skills, and knowledge to make sure that KENCO is running. They are not paid. They are volunteering their time, their skills, and expertise to make sure that KENCO is able to run. So I'll just give them time so that they can introduce themselves. Then we'll go into my brief remarks. I think ladies first, right? Ladies first. Look at this, a musical chairs, eh? A game of musical chairs. We'll start with Priska.
Good evening, everybody, once again. So my name is Priska Githuka. I'm the KENCO Vice Chair, and I'm also a cancer survivor, and this is my 12th year as a breast cancer survivor. And karibuni sana, and thank you for joining us this evening. Thank you.
Good evening, guests and friends of KENCO. My name is Dr. Eva Alela. I'm the board secretary for KENCO, and I'm also a breast cancer survivor. I have survived 5 years and counting.
Hamjambo nyote. Kwa majina ni Mary Nafula, mwathiriwa saratani ya matiti. I'm a KENCO board member and I also serve at the National Cancer Institute board. Karibuni sana.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Joan Wangare. I'm a pancreatic cancer survivor, 14 years now. A board member. I also run an organization called Hope on Feet. Thank you.
Good evening. Good evening again. My name is Jimmy Carranza, board member as well. I'm originally from an organization called HENZO. I'm a cancer survivor as well, doing 11 years now on the blood cancer spectrum. Thank you.
Good evening again. My name is Sidney Chahonyo. I serve as the KENCO board treasurer. I also work with an organization called Hope for Cancer Kids. Karibuni tena.
Asante sana. Thank you so much. Let's appreciate them. So, asante sana. One of the things Phoebe did not do, she did not introduce the team that she works with. Because without the secretariat, I think most of our programs will not be running. So, the secretariat, are we here? Secretariat from KENCO, maybe you can just stand up and wave. Secretariat, please. These are the guys who make things happen, yeah? The people who make things happen. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. So tonight we are not just celebrating 10 years of KENCO, but we are deciding what the next 10 years in cancer care will look like in Kenya. Because everything that we have seen Phoebe sharing tonight, we look at the figures, we look at what she has done. But behind the figures, behind what she has talked about, the numbers, there is a mother, there is a father, and there is a child whose journey has been made easier by the programs and the activities that we do, and the systems that we build together as KENCO and the member organization. So, over the last decade, what was an idea, and I was telling Mama Dorothy, Mama County, that the first time we had a meeting to even think of the idea of KENCO, I remember I was there. We were at Faraja with Shaira, Dorothy was there, Her Excellency, Makumi was there, Zipi was there, yeah, and Mishka. So what started as an idea then now became a national movement. And we built a network of 70 and counting member organizations, 70 and counting. Let's appreciate ourselves. But remember, behind these 70 and counting are numbers of lives that have been impacted in all the areas of this country, because we have a united voice of cancer patients across the country. That's why when we say left, they come out and they go left. We say right. Yeah? When SHA is not working, we call out the army, those who have been affected by cancer, right? So the government is able to listen to us. The other thing is through the collective efforts, we've been able, I believe Phoebe talked about this, we've been able to operationalize the National Cancer Institute, and of course we see the work that is going on. So these are not just impact, but they are dignity that has been restored. It's hope that has been delivered. So what are we looking to? I know Phoebe presented what we are looking to. As we are looking ahead, I just want to focus a few things from the many things that Phoebe talked about. It's an ambitious program, but we are also ambitious people, because those who have been able to beat cancer can beat anything in their life. So as we look forward, we have an endowment fund, because we do not want KENCO to fold, right? Because of the impact that we have. Imagine you want to impact more people in the next 10 years. So the endowment fund is a little amount of 50 million Kenya shillings that we are trying to raise. So we are calling on you to join us in this dream so that we can be able to run the program, because our programs do not depend on uncertainty. Then the Mobile Cancer Screening Unit and the KENCO Advocacy Academy, amazing programs that we can be able to do, because most of the survivors, once they have survived the journey, they are looking for something to do. I call them pillars of hope in the community. When people say, I have survived 14 years of pancreatic cancer. Pancreatic cancer, for those of you who know pancreatic cancer and other cancers, it is a miracle. And we need to be able to appreciate and work with these people so that they can be pillars of hope to the others in the community. So as I close, I want to say thank you so much to every partner. You know, for the last 10 years, we didn't do it alone, right? We worked with partners. Roche was there with us, and other organizations. Every donor, American Cancer Society, and survivors. Without you survivors, we could not run our program. Thank you so much. Asante sana. So our journey is not about one organization. Our journey is about a movement for dignity, a movement for care, and a movement for affordable care for every cancer patient and survivor, because it's a human right, okay? So as we reflect today, the next decade that we are going into will not be built by intention and dreams and PowerPoints, right? But it will be built by investments, right? By us going into our pockets and really funding this program. So I encourage you and I invite you to partner with us so that we can be able to scale the impact of what we are doing. Because this is not just about giving, it's about a legacy of care for those who are going through cancer. And as I close, I would like to leave you with a phrase that says, we are not here to watch the future happen, but we are here to create it. We are not here to watch the future happen. We are here to create it so that those who come after us 10 years from now will be able to see what we have done. Let us rise together, let us act together, and build a future that is of hope, not of privilege. Let's come together and support KENCO. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Precious words from our current chair. I also want to let you all know that we are actually streaming live. So if any of you want to know or share the link, it has been shared in the KENCO network group. If any one of you is not in the KENCO network group, tag someone next to you or on the next table and ask them for the link. Also, I'd like you to do something that we started doing in our first dinner. If all of you could take out your phones, please. Mobile phones. I know they're here because there's M-Pesa on them. I'm just warming you up to, pressing send. Take out your mobile phones and take a selfie. Maybe with the person sitting next to you, maybe of, the whole room. Just take a selfie. I know you have phones. I know you have phones. People are pretending they don't have phones here. So take a photo, and you can post it and tag KENCO. The main hashtag for today is KENCO is 10. Hashtag KENCO is 10. So take your photos. Let's make it stream live. Let's make it go viral. Because at the end of the day, we want to make as much noise as possible about where we are right now. Now that we have heard from our current chair, I want to hear some words from our founding chair. I would like to invite David Makumi, the current CEO of Faraja Cancer Support Trust, who was the founding chairman of KENCO, Babawa KENCO. So kindly give him a round of applause as he comes to the stage so he can give us a few remarks.
He is the father of advocacy, and we cannot clap like that. Some of us, like me, it's because of him. Can we clap for him? We are going to give him 10. Sugua, sugulia yeye, sugua weka joto, wacha kinyongo, chapa moja, mbili, tatu, nne, tano, sita, saba, nane, tisa, kumi. Father of advocacy, karibu sana.
Thank you very much, Your Excellency, Governor Nyong'o, all protocols observed. Thank you so much for that kind offer of the claps. I deliberately sat behind there so that when my time to speak is called, I can come, you remember that Obama style. Nakuja umekimbia and people are clapping. Or alternatively, they would have hidden me behind here. And when I'm called, I emerge and then there's a bit of smoke and yeah, but I'm absolutely delighted tonight at how far this journey has been. I feel very, very emotional seeing you are my vice chair, Catherine, my vice chair. I have apologies from our first treasurer, Shaira. Wonderful people, Zipporah, the team that were all part of this journey. Many people that were all part of this journey. So celebrating 10 years anniversary is a great thing. We were almost like, so how did we do this? How on earth did we bring together organizations? Now they are about 70. I think we started like we were maybe less than 10. And everyone was holding to their organization. Everyone was holding. Her Excellency, Mrs. Dorothy Nyong'o can remember. Everybody was just holding to their organization. And it took a lot of patience, understanding, and trying to get us to share the same vision, that we are better off together. I think KENCO is a true testament to that adage that says if you want to go very, very fast, you can go alone, right? But if you want to go very far, you got to work together. I can see Dr. Olweni here from National Cancer Institute. We fought for that institute. In fact, we fought, and I must appreciate Governor Nyong'o. He may not even remember. We were having a conversation at Nairobi Safari Club, the one on University Way. And that event was also sponsored by Roche. Roche has been around for a long time because the Newton CLA, he may not be here, but was part of that. Trying to tell governor, then I think was MP of Seme or some place. Like, yani tusukumia hii kitu. The National Cancer Control and Prevention Act. So, and having you here indeed is not just a testament to your commitment, but also as part of the history. And I'm sure when we finally write the history of KENCO, document it properly, you will also, like myself, maybe you and I will share a chapter. Yeah, in that. But looking ahead from what our chair has just said, the challenges are enormous. Just 10 years ago, 10 short years, we were still saying, more than 40,000 Kenyans are diagnosed with cancer every year, And we are saying the same now. Indeed, we must do something. Another 10 years to come, we need to say, yes. Okay. See, I'm trying to recollect my thought because he's given me an important message. Yeah, but 10 years from now, indeed, we will not be talking about 40,000 new cancer cases. And that is why it's important we support KENCO, what our chair has just said, to ensure that we will turn the tide. In another 3 years, 5 years, we should hold ourselves accountable because we owe it to Kenyans. We owe it to people like Mama Faith, the woman who called me yesterday, to tell me she couldn't get a scan because she had exhausted her not the SHA can't pay. She had done enough scans for that financial year. You know, if you do like your CT scan and MRI, sasa unaambiwa hizo zingine utajilipia out of pocket. Can people identify with that? Or is it only Mama Faith who has that kind of problem? Yeah. So she can't, so we wouldn't have Mama Faith saying the same thing 3 years from now, 10 years from now. We want Faith to grow up and contribute to the economy of this country. But if she cannot afford to pay for her scans, and those who should pay are not, and Faith is 3 years old, then as a country we need to also come and say, are we really on the right track? If Mama Faith tells me, lakini hata nyumba nafukuzwa, how much is the rent? 1,800 somewhere in Mukuru. So she has to kind of trade off. Do I pay for a scan? Do I pay the rent? Do I do this? But I'm sure we can change those sad stories. I've met people just this past week, long before KENCO started, who also said, I was treated then, more than 10 years ago, and guess what? They are alive, they are well, they are disease-free, and they were treated with the old technology at KNH, the Cobot 60. They are walking this Kenya and doing productive things. So they are stories of hope. They are stories of triumph, but we want many more such stories. So that our next celebration, in 15 years' time, you know, we will be saying, yes, we were in this room and we committed to support KENCO 50 million. I'm sure someone may just write that check and ask, Philip, 50 million? Are you serious? You know? Yes, we can do more together, but I'm sure we will get there. So it's a really exciting journey, grateful, and on behalf of the founding team, not just the board, but there are many men and women of goodwill who are part of the KENCO journey on their own behalf, and those who came after us, you know, people like Maperu and others who came after us on the board. We are really grateful. I think KENCO is going places as a model for what coalitions and consortiums and alliances can do together. A model for the region and for Africa as a whole. So ladies and gentlemen, I heard that this is not the day of speeches, so I'll just request one good clap for myself.
One good clap for him. One. He said just one.
I just said one.
One.
Because the biggest applause should go to the team that I worked with. The first board and all the founding people, people like Mishka. She may not be here tonight. I'm sure you may have seen her on the video. We need to give it to her. And all those who have supported along the journey. Devgan.
Saluti.
Yes, and many other people in this audience. Asanteni sana. Mbarikiwe, long live KENCO.
Thank you so much, Father of Advocacy. And that is why KENCO, we are here. We are making the difference. We are saying that with KENCO and we fundraise here, screening will be available for people. Information will be out there to our communities, and survivorship is going to go on a higher niche, plus treatment will be available. Sisi ndio tuko. So together we hold hands, and as we hold hands, please remember to dig deep in your pockets. We need the 50M. Pesa kidogo, tukishirikiana. Si ndio? Hiyo ni pesa kidogo, just 50M. We've not said billion. For this to happen. Karibuni. We have the raffle tickets going for 500 shillings peke yake. Kwa shilingi 500 unajikatia hii tikiti. And we have A very nice water bottle there. You can win the water bottle there. Somebody hold the water bottle for my people to see. We have a thermos, a mug, and a hood. So for 500 Kenya shillings peke yake, kwa pesa kidogo unasaidia. This one costs more than 3,000. And for 500 Kenya shillings alone, you'll get this. So tafadhali, it is branded KENCO. KENCO ni sisi. That's why we are here. Let me stand here so that you can see it. It is already cold. This one goes for more than 3,000 kwa shilingi 500 peke yake. Raffle ticket kwa shilingi 500 peke yake. Unaweza kujishindia hii. So that treatment is accessible to all. Screening, you don't have to be determined to where you live, what you do. Whether you get the screening, whether you get the treatment, or whether you survive. That is why KENCO is here. So tunaomba, we please urge you to go deeper. We also take Fuliza. The pay bill number is 77.
779907.
We take Fuliza. Yes, 77.
779907.
07.
Account raffle.
Dinner.
Anyone who needs a raffle, just put your hand up and we'll have the team from KENCO just come around. Caroline and your team, there are people here who need raffle tickets. Kindly come and sell as many as you can. I'd like to recognize again the county government of Kisumu under the able leadership of His Excellency Professor Anyang' Nyong'o, who has been a supporter of KENCO for a very long time. And I cannot also recognize that without recognizing...
Can you repeat the pay bill again, please? 7799?
Huh?
7799?
779907.
07.
I cannot recognize him without recognizing Mama Kisumu, who has been part and parcel of KENCO for a very long time. And she has also at times opened the ear and the pocket of our governor to be able to attend these events and ensure that he's also part and parcel of what we are doing. So thank you very much for your able leadership and for your open ears. At this juncture, I also like to recognize the rest of the team from Kisumu, guests of Professor Anyang' Nyong'o, Governor of Kisumu County, His Excellency, thank you for coming to be with us today. And I would like to now hand over the program to the team from Kisumu, and I would like to invite Dr. Ganda, the CEC of Health, Kisumu County, to come and take us through the next program.
Shangwe na vigelegele. Hamna
Dr.
vigelegele
Ganda,
jamani.
Kisumu County, CEC.
How will you get the 50 million if you are not shangwe na vigelegele? Weka radi, shangwe na vigelegele. Power is in the house and money is in the house. Power is in the house and money is in the house. 50M tunapata tupati, tunapata. Asante.
Hey, power. Power.
Power.
Yeah, we want that power. Good evening, everyone. Yes, Your Excellency, Governor for Kisumu, Professor Peter Anyang' Nyong'o, our First Lady, Mama Dorothy, and all the guests who are here. I've started as if I'm giving a speech, but I'm not giving a speech. I'm going to start by introducing the team that has accompanied Professor Peter Anyang' Nyong'o to this event today. First, I will start with a special guest from Korea, Mr. Peter Chun. Maybe you can stand up and wave. Yeah, thank you.
Karibu Kenya.
Yes, Mr. Peter Chun is a governor's friend. We were with him this morning, placing an intent for a cancer center to be named after his sister who died of cancer. After, I think he should say it himself, after 167 surgeries, was it? Peter, no, you come and say this yourself. Come. So Peter is a close friend. He's helping us mobilize funds to put up a cancer center in Kisumu in honor of himself, and he decided also to honor our governor with that. And this morning we were unveiling that intent. And just next to us over here, this is a very important table. You know, when we were trying to get private investments in government, it was so difficult. But then Mama County also helped us again because she has a friend on this table here, Roche. And Roche, when we requested them to assist us to put up a consultancy, they accepted to get a consultant for us, a high-level consultant. When you hear KPMG, KPMG is not any other person. So KPMG is assisting us to put together this investment case, which will be led by Peter Chung. So let's give a round of applause for Peter, and maybe he can give his short story. Karibu.
Just short. Dinner fry kukutana nawe. Thank you, Bobby. Very nice meeting you all. This is unexpected, just showcase myself here. Basically, I really, really appreciate your invitation, warm invitation, Madam Nyongo, and Your Excellency, Professor Nyongo as well. So we had a great time in Kisumu. I came to Kenya, this is actually almost 10th time myself. And the first time I met Your Excellency, it was actually last year, the beginning of last year. So I brought the kind of initiatives called the ASCA, the African Smart Cities and Townships Alliance. In short, in ASCA, because we are actually building up the smart cities around the world based in London and New York. And, and during the time, a very hard time for the pandemic, a lot of cities, they actually suffer from something. They lost their family, also war. Actually, my company in the non-profit organizations in London, we built a lot of projects in South Korea, in Europe, and ironically, we started with the new projects into building urban development programs and the projects in Ukraine. We had the signing ceremonies with new President Zelensky. But after we were working on this kind of project, after 10 months later, war started. War broke out in Ukraine. I was called in Ukraine 4 times. So I had to be in bunker. And I just once met just a young lady who lost their parents by missiles from Russia. And she evacuated. In the meantime, she lost her 2 brothers. So she left behind alone. The thing is, when I was in Lviv, she was actually helping lots of people who lost their family or maybe lost house. So it's very heartbreaking. In the meantime, the sky was closed. There's nothing we could do. The only option we can do for them is we aggregating some of the cities around the world. We actually engaged ourselves and to support the programs for the cities like New York, London, Liverpool, and some of Asia's like in Vietnam. And we made an announcement in New York City with the mayor of New York, Eric Adams, 2 years ago. And we, surprisingly, we found 5 cities and townships from Africa. Dakar from Senegal, Casablanca from Morocco, Konza Technopolis and Mombasa from Kenya. So we used to work together with the Rockefeller Foundation. They advised me to, Peter, you should go to Africa because we prioritize healthcare. I didn't even think about cancer, even though my sister suffered from cancer for 13 years, since 2012. She was diagnosed for terminal breast cancer back then. She survived for 13 years. She went through 186 chemotherapy and 25 surgeries with 4 brain surgeries with a gamma knife. But I never thought about she's gone so quickly because I never met her, for a long time. So I surprisingly just appeared at my house in South Korea back in June 12th, 2024. And I look at my sister. I didn't say anything, clearly to her because the sister I met is different individual because all the faces I remember was all gone. So I feel like kind of I just meeting just new person in my life. And I stayed with her because I stopped. My apartment in New York City is all empty for almost a year because I couldn't just leave. I had to stay with my sister to take care of her. So Governor Nyong and myself, we agreed on have joint worship. That was June 13th, and we basically prepared for this worship. But my sister passed away on that day. And 3 days before that worship, I actually asked Governor Nyong's team, we have to just postpone this because my sister is actually in coma right now, so there's nothing. I cannot just prepare for the worship. And then after that, because before that, we basically talking about what we can do for Kisumu. I was prioritizing water, waste, energies, in general, healthcare, something like that. And the funny thing is, I was atheist. My sister was atheist before she got diagnosed with cancer. And she became Christian, and she had a big influence in the whole entire South Korea's Christian community, about 20 million people. For example, whenever she got chemo, most of them, I know maybe a lot of people here in this table, in this room, maybe how hard, how painful if you have chemo. My sister just went out to go to the hospital to take care of other cancer patients. And so she did so many things. So she saved a lot of lives until now. And she just wrote a book. It became bestseller in South Korea. She appeared in a movie to also have a big positive impact to give a lot of hopes for the cancer patients as well as their family. And then she passed away on that day, the June 13th last year. And about 3,000 people coming from the world to see her, say goodbye. And then I didn't know, it was something different feeling. I became Christian right away. So it's been almost 10 months as a new baby to believe in God. And in the meantime, I asked Governor Nyong, I'm sorry, I need to establish the cancer center. Because I heard something from my sister, not just only from sister, from somewhere like voices from God. So that's why I prioritize cancer center and trying to bring a lot of resources from everywhere to do something. Not just only Kisumu, it's all about, the Lake Victoria region to make a kind of hope. And maybe this is an amazing opportunity to be here in Africa because I never believe myself to be here in Africa for a long time. I think that this is kind of the very strong message from our God. We got a very strong mission. I think we can do something. We walk on that path together. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Peter. When I heard you talking about screening and 75%, I saw him nodding because he's also thinking about introducing a little bit advanced tests, just so that we can see if this works. Some blood tests, which can identify cancer when it's still very, very early. And I think it's used in some countries, like in Germany, not very common in these parts of the world. That's what they're thinking about doing as another project, so that you just treat, but you also try and diagnose people much earlier. I want to take now this opportunity to welcome my colleagues to the stage so that they introduce themselves. Dr. Governor Nyong came with a big team of his cabinet colleagues, of his cabinet. So I want to welcome them up here. Ken.
Power is in the house, money is in the house. Can we clap for them? Weka makofi ya moto nani.
There was someone else, I saw Judy.
Thank you.
Where is she?
Karibuni wageni, tunapenda wageni. Welcome. Feel the warmth.
Thank you.
And the love.
Governor has a way of drawing people into this business of cancer. And the same thing First Lady does. She's the one who introduced me to this advocacy. When I was in JOTRH working as a clinician, I was wondering, what the hell are these guys doing here? I want to see patients and going away. I never knew what happens behind there. You know, when you see the patient, they can't afford, somebody pays for it. You have no idea what happens. There's a lot that happens behind there. So I want to give them a chance to at least introduce themselves before we move to the next stage, starting from my colleague on this right.
Your Excellency, the Governor of Kisumu County, Mama County, and all the distinguished guests, good evening. My name is Kenneth Onyango, the CEC member for Agriculture, Livestock, Fisheries, and the Blue Economy. Allow me just to say one thing, that this is a very special day to me because my mother died of cervical cancer, literally on my hands. So I'm very happy to be here because I've experienced firsthand how cancer can really ravage somebody's life. Thank you.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. To Your Excellency, the Governor of Kisumu County, to Her Excellency, Her Highness, the First Lady of Kisumu County, and all guests, good evening again. My name is Jerome Ochieng. I am the County Minister in charge of Energy, Transport, Roads, and Public Works. When I got an invitation to this, I really felt that it's a very important thing to actually do, knowing very well the effect of cancer in the country and how families normally get affected. So I'm happy to be part and parcel of this very great initiative. And since KENCO, si KENCO tunataka power. Power ya KENCO inatokana na pesa, si ndio? So we are ready to give KENCO money ndio tuweze kupatia KENCO power. Asante.
May the peace, mercy, and blessings of God be with all of us. Your Excellency, the Governor of the great county of Kisumu, accompanied by Her Excellency, Mama Kisumu. We call her Mama Kisumu. All distinguished guests present, not forgetting my colleagues. It's such an honor to be here. And personally, I am always very proud of my governor, one of the few visionary leaders that we have at the helm of counties. And with the support, of course, of Our Lady, our gracious lady, I'm honored to serve under your leadership, Your Excellency. And when I heard about this initiative through Mama Kisumu, I said, why not? These are leaders who are leading from the front and setting an example for all younger upcoming leaders. So I said, why not? That is why I'm here. With a lot of humility, I salute all of you who have walked this journey and pray to the Almighty God to give all of us strength to be able to navigate the murky waters of this disease that is really, really wreaking havoc. With God, everything is possible. I just want to appreciate all of you and say together we are moving on into the next decade. Inshallah. Thank you.
Your Excellency, the Governor, Mama County, and all the distinguished guests, good evening. My name is Judith Oluoch, and I'm the CC, the County Minister, County Government of Kisumu, in charge of water, environment, climate change, and natural resources. I'm happy to be here. And KENCO, indirectly, having worked in the office of the governor in my early years, this is an organization I interacted with, but indirectly, I didn't attend your dinners then, but I'm happy to be here today. Apologies, I stepped in late. But then I just want to share something related to an event I attended yesterday. Today we launched the Cancer Center, just as mentioned by Dr. Ganda, early in the morning. Thereafter, I was in an event. This was one of, excuse me, one of our departmental events, and the emphasis was, it was the launch of an integrated community seed bank. And the emphasis was on indigenous and organic seeds. And I think that's the message I would like to pass. Let's go organic, let's go indigenous. Those vegetables that our parents would feed us, that was where the emphasis was, where we are drawing in young people to participate in that project. Go organic, go indigenous, and we'll handle this serious problem. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Another round of applause for all of them. Yes, I have two apologies. I know my colleague forgot to give an apology from His Excellency the Deputy Governor, who couldn't come. I also have apologies from our Waziri Finance. There was a problem with the jumbo jet today. The flight ended up, and I think that's why Jude is late. And so his flight ended up being at 9, and he said probably it's going to be too late. But he sent his apologies, and he sent his contribution. Yes. That's good. Peter forgot to introduce two people who are with him, so I will just also give them that honor to say nothing, just to introduce themselves, who they are.
Thank you, Dr. Ganda, Your Excellency, all the dignitaries present. A very good evening to all of you. My name is Bobby Jandu. I am an entrepreneur based here in Nairobi, and I will be supporting Peter and Sudhir in the initiative that has been started.
Your Excellency and the First Lady and all the guests, my name is Sudhir Puri. I am from India. We are here for this integrated project of what we have launched today. We are all talking since evening about the cancer. I just want to say one thing. What we are bringing on the table is early cancer detection. Any tumor in the body, we can detect it and can save lives. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I was trying to be very precise so that you have more time to collect money. And so before I introduce the chief guest for today, allow me this honor to welcome one of our guests, the chairperson of the National Cancer Institute, a great friend of mine, and a very stern person. I've known him when he was in SHA, a guy who speaks straight and does not mince his word. Let's give a round of applause for Dr. Timothy Oloeny as he comes and gives his remarks. Karibu, Daktari.
Thank you. Your Excellency, the Governor and the First Lady of the County of Kisumu, and all distinguished guests, good evening. I must say I'm privileged to serve in the position that I do, because I think it is one of those things that you can be able to make an impact and make a difference in many people's lives. I'm relatively new in this because I've been here for the last 1.5 years or so. In fact, we were serving with Catherine on the board. That's how I got to know about KENCO at the beginning. But one thing that amazes me whenever I interact with people in this cancer care ecosystem is that there are some faces that are ubiquitous. There are some faces you see every function I go. I can tell you, now I can tell you who, at least 10, 15 people who I know are going to be there. And they know themselves, that's why they're laughing. However, I want you to accept our apology from our CEO. He was at a different engagement in Mombasa, and Kenya Airways did what Kenya Airways sometimes does. So he's not going to be able to make it. However, I must say that I want to convey my appreciation for inviting us for this dinner, and that we value your partnership. And so despite NCI, you know, NCI's mandate is broad at a national level, yes. And KENCO is more community-based and more patient-facing. And I keep telling the people even who sit on our board that we really value the feedback we get from KENCO, because that tells us whether we're making an impact or not. Now, as you commemorate the 10th anniversary, and I congratulate you for it, it is a time for some retrospection, some introspection as well, and prospection, because you need to look in the rearview mirror, you need to celebrate your achievements, you need to also acknowledge wherever your performance didn't meet your expectations, and beyond that, we also need to chart the way forward for the next 10, so that we are able to secure the twin goals of impact and sustainability. Now, I don't want to talk about the mandate of NCI, because I think that is even beyond the scope, and that we don't want to bore you. It's been a long evening already. However, there are some issues that I think we need to be able to discuss as we move on to the next 10 years. I know a lot of it possibly has been brought up, but two of the things that I want to raise, I think it's time for us for some strategic pivot, because I think we all agree that this scourge of cancer, we never seem to be able to catch up. With the kind of numbers we are talking, and we were just talking at the table a few minutes ago, when you talk about 45,000 plus new cases, and you have 27,000 people dying, and these most likely even underestimations every year. And if you want to see how serious that is, for example, we've got other tragedies we have now, like for example, what is going on in Kericho, where we've got bodies that have been picked up, and various other things. You've got road accidents where you see people die in a bus, 50, 60 people. But to put this in perspective, you know, just today, over 70, almost 80 people died from cancer today. And even before we start mourning those ones, tomorrow another 70 or 80 are going to die. And the next day the same, every single day for a whole year. That's what we're dealing with. And if we're to make a difference, I think first of all we have to say, how can we change approach here? Because what we're doing is not working too well. And as David Makumi said, I don't think we've moved too far from where we started and now. We still seem to have the same number of the incidence seems to be the same, if not rising, and the mortality is more or less the same. We have got to first of all have interventions upstream. And when I say upstream, we need to emphasize, first of all, prevent cancer. We must prevent cancer. We must screen. We must diagnose. We must detect. We must treat early. That's the only way we can make a difference here. But you know, there are other things also that come into play. And one of the things that I want to talk about, which is hardly talked about, is the association between poverty and ill health. You know, I call it a bidirectional causality because poverty is both a cause and a consequence of ill health, including cancer. And the ramifications of this poverty affect the entire cancer care continuum. So for us really to be able to make a difference as well, we have to handle those social determinants of health, which are going to make our people, first of all, reduce the incidence of cancer, but also make that patient experience better. And all of us know, cancer, even for those who are well off, I'll use the term well off, you could be that at the beginning, but as the illness progresses, it has taken a lot of people into poverty. That is one of the things that we kept singing about when we talk about financial risk protection and when we talk about SHA. Unfortunately, Dr. Ganda already let the cat out of the bag that I used to be at SHA before. However, that has not changed. Let us be honest. It has not changed to the extent that it should. And one of the biggest problems we have in this cancer care is that, first of all, and I keep saying this to anybody who will listen, cancer is not one disease. And therefore, we can't have one benefit package for 100 or 200 diseases. But that is for us here to also play our part, isn't it? Because we also can't be the ones who are involved in this space, from clinicians to all these organizations, and we're also talking the same thing. We have to have a benefits package that is tailored for each disease as much as possible. I know it is a lot of work, but nothing good comes easy. And even if we could just start with the big 5 cancers and have a benefits package that means that the compensation that we get, for example, from the social health insurer is commensurate with the financial risk you're exposed to based on the type of cancer you have and the stage at which you find it. That is the only way we can be able to have people saying SHA is working. So it is important for us to be able to play our part in terms of making sure that we get these benefits. So even as we go, and I really congratulate KENCO, because KENCO, when they go to Parliament, you know me as chair of NCI, I can't go to Parliament, right? So there are certain things that you can do which we cannot, isn't it? And that's why I call it kelele takatifu, because it's a joyful noise which you must make, which is useful. There's some noise which is useful, all right? And that's why we want to encourage you to continue making that noise, and we're going to partner together to make sure that we make an impact in terms of reducing the burden of cancer and the impact, because the ramifications of cancer go beyond purely medical issues. It's not just about morbidity and mortality. You have got a psychosocial and economic impact. You've got people who cannot be able to go through their activities of daily living. They cannot be able to earn a living. You have got some people who have to leave their jobs to take care of people who have got cancer. So the ramifications are massive. So even as we talk about the financing component, it is not financing component alone. That's why we've got all these organizations here. But as organizations also, one of the things that we must do, and I know a lot of progress has been made, and based on what was said earlier, we must look for ways to optimize the resources we have. There are still times when I think there's still duplication in terms of our roles. And then duplication or overlap, and then again, believe it or not, there are still going to be areas where there are gaps, which some of us are not covering. So we've got duplication in certain areas, and in certain areas we've got gaps. But again, we must also look for ways in terms we can be able to mobilize resources, but again, that competition for those resources cannot be one that discourages anybody who wants to be able to assist us. So we must look like we're working as a team. And I thank KENCO for that, because I think you've done a great job in terms of being able to harness. We must have those synergies and make sure that the sum has to be greater than the individual pieces of the whole has to be greater than the individual pieces of the sum. So there's the aspect about willingness to pay and ability to pay when it comes to financial risk. And that's, again, is linked to my discussion about poverty, because there are a lot of people, for example, for screening. And screening is going to be pivotal in terms of making sure that we reduce the incidence of cancer, and especially advanced cancer cases in our country. However, there's willingness to pay. There are a lot of people, if you talk to them right now, you ask them, are you willing to go for screening? They'll say yes. Are they willing to pay for it? Some might be willing to pay. But are they able to pay? In an environment in a country like ours where people a lot of the time don't even know how they're going to put food on the table that evening, nobody is going to go in for prostate cancer screening just in case he has cancer. And that's why my emphasis, I have said, is that this must be paid for. The screening must be paid for. And that, whether I'm in government or not, I will tell you that is government's responsibility. That is government's responsibility, because in the absence of that being paid for, nobody's going to do that screening, all right? So screening must be paid for, and those are the things I'm saying in terms of advocacy. We must make sure, and this is a very good season we're coming to. Good season, I'm saying good season because It is political season. It is also silly season because a lot of things that are going on are not good. But it is a good season because for the first time, politicians are going to be listening. They are going to be listening. And this is the time when I'm not necessarily saying you become politicians, but you must become politically involved. Because at the end of the day, all these issues that we have, we must be sure that we elect people in government who are going to be responsive to the needs of the population and specifically cancer patients in this case. So, hata kama uko kadi, make sure that is the first step, but hiyo kadi must also be used and you must make the appropriate democratic choice. Politics is about interests. So at the end of the day, vote for that person who is going to work in our best interest. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Dr. Lueng. As I told you, he's just the same way, yes. He doesn't mince his words. He says exactly what he means. And that's him. As I was seated there, I was told somebody came in and decided to steal Kisumu time. And I'm still wondering whether I could allow him. But anyway, they told me to allow him to steal Kisumu time. Dr. Maxwell Okoth, the founder of Ruai Family Hospital. Can he come up to the stage and give us his remarks? Karibu, Daktari.
Can we clap for him? Golden gold. Dr. Maxwell Okoth, RFH. Karibu sana, Daktari.
Thank you very much. Your Excellency the Governor, Her Excellency the First Lady of Kisumu, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. Good evening, sorry. I think it's been one long day, and apologies for being late. When I was requested to come and give a talk, I asked myself, what is it that I can say in front of all this? The breadwinner of the family, because the father could not take her to family, because the father could not take her to college after her O-levels. That's from Kipsigis Girls. And so Barclays had set up and she got a job. And she raised her entire family. So me growing up, I saw my grandfather as the father figure from my childhood till adulthood. Then one day, having come to university, I went back to the village. And the fatherly figure of a man that I had respected, I saw an emaciated man with his stomach swollen and was walking with a walking stick. A sight that I've never forgotten to date. He had been complaining of abdominal pains and acidity, and as usual, we give them antacids and everything else. But gastric cancer was eating, and eating slowly and slowly. And when we got to realize, it was already too late. We buried John Charles Omondi, and I used to call him Sir John Charles. A man that I respect and I look up to. An impression that has lived with me to date, that has impacted decisions that I've made in life. And with that experience, I said I need to do something that will make a difference. We come to the city and people say we come to the city to look for money, to change our lives, to change our villages, and to change our homes. But that's not everything that brings us to the city. We come to the city to make a difference. Wanasema Nairobi shamba la mawe, but that stone is a stone that turns the tides of the things we hope for. I've worked as a doctor for about 13 years today. Was a general practitioner, worked in maternity. I loved women because you'd give birth, not literally, but when you give birth to a child, they cry. And that cry is a sign of life. And so I'd like to see life blossom. And when RFH was growing, I ran a hospital called RFH, Ruai Family Hospital, started small as a clinic. And we grew and reached a time when I was tired and fed up with the health sector. Because anybody who's been in the health sector knows it sometimes can be the most unappreciative sector ever. You work hard, you save 1,000 lives, one life you don't save, and people forget everything you've ever done. And I said, I'm done. So I started building a building. I was building a mixed-use building. The ground floor I was going to lease to Naivas. I'd even talked to Peter. The other floors were going to be offices, and the back were going to be apartments, so that I could make $1 million every month and guarantee my children a future. But something touched me, and I say, I don't think this is what I was called for. What can we do different? And we thought, sometimes when we see buildings, we think people are doing well, but we don't know the sacrifice that goes behind it. And we started fundraising. So we decided, we've done maternity, we are known for maternity, and what else can we do? And I thought about my grandfather. Having started a college called John Charles in memory of him, I said, let's do something that can touch lives. So we started fundraising to set up a cancer center. That time we were approaching elections, so we got people, we sent our pitches to everyone, and somebody saw a bankable project and said, we are willing to put money. And I'll say this story today because sometimes people think we are successful. We are not successful. We are men who've taken sacrifices to make a difference. So we got a commitment for $10 million. For those who know, that's 1.3 billion shillings. The building had been built, so we needed to just finish it. $6.3 million was going to equipment. That's almost $1 billion. Along the way, our funders went into problems, so they could not disburse the whole amount. So we had a project with equipment paid and nowhere to put them. We had to sell our souls. I literally lost friends and lost families, and depression set in. But I had a course that I needed to finish. We had to finish the project. NHIF was closed, SHA was coming in, so part of our payments were gone with NHIF. The sector was crumbling, and people were closing down, and people were being auctioned. But you have to put your head up and put it strong. A project went into shambles. I was called names that I'm not paying people here and there. But when you're determined, you have to keep pushing. And we pushed. To bore you with the whole story, we finished RFH Cancer Center, one of its kind, fully locally owned, with a PET CT scan. We do about 20 PET scans per day today. We started lutetium therapy. No one knew about theragnostics in this country today. At that time, today everyone is talking about it. We invested in a SPECT CT that most people, KNH had to sell its SPECT CT because at that time they didn't realize what its work was. But that's what, the sector had not grown, so that I'm not misquoted, please. So we needed to change the narrative. And to do this, had gone to Turkey, Ankara University, just to see what they do. And their cancer hospital is not our typical cancer hospital story. They are healthy people. They are you and me, stage 1, stage 2. And you get treated and you go home and you laugh with your family and you eat. What they say, the rich get better healthcare. That is not the story for the rich. I met people from Somalia sitting in the waiting queue. I met people from Sudan going to seek treatment. And I said, why can't we do this in our own country? I've been approached severally by Indian hospitals that send us patients, and I ask myself, that's not the narrative for Africa. Come and treat us here and show us how you do it. Because I don't believe we are any different. And so we have a brachytherapy, I think through the RFH Foundation that we started because we realized you can get the diagnosis, but some people cannot finish the treatment. You can tell them they are sick, but they don't know what to do. And so we've pushed and we've made sacrifice. And why am I telling you this? The fight against fat cancer is not a competition. It's not who has the biggest building, or who has the latest machine, or who is seeing the largest number of patients. It is a concerted effort for you and me to come together and make a difference. It is not a small investment, but with determination and advocacies that KENCO is doing and many other organizations, I believe we can be able to beat it. Just like HIV/AIDS came and ravaged, because I grew when HIV/AIDS was killing everyone. Literally all my neighbors' parents died with that scourge. Our parents were lucky. I don't know whether their habits were different. But we managed to beat HIV. Not fully though, but the story is not the same. We can also do the same for cancer. And as KENCO celebrates 10 years, may the 10 years be a remembrance that 10 years ago when this story was not so loud, people thought of something and people came together. May the fundraiser be a remembrance that we have a war to fight and we have to put our armors and put our shields and put our swords ready for a fight. Ladies and gentlemen, may your hearts be touched to make a difference. With that story, I wish you all the best and may God bless you.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Wow. I think I needed to give him more time. Congratulations, Doc. I've actually never known your story. I'm getting to know it here. Yes, it's true. Sometimes you think everything is a bed of roses. It's not. It's a struggle, it's resilience. It is getting it done through thick and thin. I think that marks the end of my time. And now it's time for me to introduce our chief guest today. So ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests, it's my great honor and privilege to introduce our chief guest today, His Excellency, Professor Peter Anyang' Nyong'o. Governor, bado sijamaliza. Professor Nyong'o is a distinguished scholar, governor for Kisumu County, but more importantly, a committed champion of accessible and equitable healthcare. I have had the privilege to witness firsthand the journey to strengthen oncology care in Kisumu, and the path has not been easy. But through vision, persistence, and leadership, what seemed aspirational is now becoming a reality. The proposed Chung Yon Cancer Center, which you talked about, and the upcoming Jaramogi Oginga Teaching and Referral Cancer Hospital stand as powerful examples of what can be achieved through sustained commitment and collaboration. His leadership is making things possible through terrains and reflects the very spirit of impact and service that brings us together this evening. Ladies and gentlemen, let's please join me in warmly welcoming His Excellency Professor Peter Anyang' Nyong'o. Thank you. Welcome, Your Excellency. Thank you.
Please sit down. I don't know about you, but the previous speakers have spoken so well that I felt like putting away my notes and just saying good night. But since that would be bad manners, please forgive me for saying what perhaps others have said. So ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests, partners and friends, good evening. I feel honored and deeply privileged to join you tonight for this noble cause. I sincerely thank KENCO for the invitation and for trusting me to be part of this important milestone, KENCO at 10. My wife has been associated with KENCO for a long time. And of course, when we were in Kisumu, she said, whatever happens in Kisumu today, we must be in Nairobi. So I said, why? She said, KENCO. So it has been an impactful 10 years of commitment and resilience. This is truly worth celebrating. Allow me to recognize the distinguished guests present here from government, civil society, the private sector, and our development partners. My colleagues from the county government have already been introduced, and my friend Peter Chun, who is over there with our friends, doing great things in Kisumu together. Thank you so much. But above all, tonight I recognize the cancer survivors and caregivers. Cancer survivors and caregivers among us. Your courage, your strength, and your refusal to give up are not only inspiring, but indeed the driving force of this movement. I myself am a cancer survivor. diagnosed about 15 years ago and treated. What is interesting is that I had a personal doctor, and this, I must tell this story. He had been my doctor for a very long time. I won't tell you which hospital it was. But when he realized that I had prostate cancer, he didn't want to tell me. So he kept on telling stories. No, I didn't know what was happening. And then finally referred me to another doctor that I think you should go and see Dr. So-and-so. He didn't have to tell me why. So I went to see this doctor, Dr. So-and-so, who also just started just telling stories, whatnot. I said, but what the hell is going on here? So I think one day I was talking to my brother, who was in California. And he said, look, no, my brother's son, not my brother, my nephew. He said, look, uncle, please come straight to San Francisco. Those issues you're raising, come and discuss it here. So when I went there, it was just in the nick of time. Imagine, he was so shocked that these doctors could not tell me the truth. He was really shocked. But that's now a story already gone, but a lot of people have experienced that kind of thing with doctors. Please, please, there must be a big education for doctors. How many doctors are here? Put up your hands. Okay, but I think you are reformed doctors. Quite honestly, in the medical world, please, please, please carry this education all the time. Cancer is like any other ailment. Because of science, people now survive much longer if they are looked after well and properly. Let them not think that it is a death sentence that they don't want to tell their patients. That culture must end. Over the years, I have served our country in different capacities, including Minister of Medical Services, and now as Governor of Kisumu County. Through these roles, one truth has become unmistakably clear. Cancer is no longer distant, it is personal, it is national, and it is everywhere. Today, nearly every Kenyan family is either directly affected or touched by cancer. That reality demands no indifference, but urgency, empathy, and shared responsibility. My own journey has deepened my understanding of what it means to confront this disease physically, emotionally, socially, and economically. And I must thank my spouse, Dorothy, over there, who has been even a better cancer warrior than I am. She's the one who ran my mind to me, have you gone for your regular checkups? I said, yeah, I have. When did you go? No, you haven't. So I remember and I had to go for a test and to come back. So, okay, what are the results? And we look at those results and fine. Cancer is not just a medical condition. It is a human experience that tests dignity, exposes gaps in access, and challenges equity. Time has come when we must now move beyond policy papers and boardrooms. Let us make this about people, because now every Kenyan, regardless of who they are or where they live, deserves timely diagnosis, quality treatment, and compassionate care. I add compassionate care because of what I went through when my personal doctor thought that cancer was a terminal illness. He didn't want to break the news to me that you have cancer, because that would be, maybe I would commit suicide or something. But by the way, since then I've never seen him again, because I thought that's so discompassionate. As we celebrate KENCO's first decade, we must acknowledge what has been achieved. From just 13 founding organizations to a network of over 70 members, KENCO has become a strong national voice in cancer advocacy. And please continue. You have supported tens of thousands of patients, strengthened awareness and early detection, built community capacity, and amplified survivor voices in ways that have shaped policy and public discourse, like we are here today. You have shown us that when communities unite around a shared vision, real change is possible, and we thank you for that. But even as we celebrate, we must confront a sobering reality. Cancer remains one of the most significant and growing public health challenges in our country. Too many people are diagnosed late, and many more face unacceptable inequalities in access to care. Yet still, many families are pushed into financial distress. I dare say that too many lives are still being lost to cancers that can be prevented, detected early, and treated. Dr. Ganda there will tell you, and I wish the chief executive of Jaramogi Oginga Odinga's teaching referral hospital was here. The figures are there. The figures are there not only from our referral facility, but down to the sub-county hospitals and so on. And data is important. If we can keep good data about cancer prevalence and cancer mortality, we realize that we are facing an emergency. And that must now change. We must now invest wisely in prevention, screening, and early detection, because in many cases, it has been established that the difference between life and death is not advanced technology, but timely action. We have to be clear that this is not just a health issue, but a development and equity issues on relevant to human justice. So even as we look ahead to the next decade, please, let this moment be a turning point. As we sit here today, let each one of us know that we are sitting at a time in history which must be a turning point to dealing with cancer. Awareness, treatment, solidarity, and community togetherness. The next 10 years must be defined by deliberate collective action, not strengthening prevention, early detection, building resilient health system, and securing sustainable financing that protects families. Above all, we must deepen community awareness, because awareness is our first line of defense. Importantly, let it be known that that cannot be achieved in isolation. Government must work hand in hand with civil society, organizations like KENCO, while the private sector must step forward, not only as donors, but as partners in nation building. Development partners, on their part, must continue walking this journey with us, while communities must be empowered as active participants in their own health. To our corporate leaders here tonight, this is not just philanthropy. It is an investment in health, in the health, productivity, and future of our beloved country. Because KENCO has built a reputation for credibility, the funds raised tonight must translate into lives touched through patients supported, families strengthened, awareness expanded, and hope restored. And I hope that KENCO is going to give us maybe a pay bill or something. You have a pay bill, very good, which people can have and continuing contributing, not just tonight, but to that pay bill. Because I think tonight is kind of awareness creation. We are being made aware that KENCO is there, there's a pay bill, and we now know why we shall be contributing in that pay bill to support cancer awareness, cancer treatment, and so on. Every contribution made tonight has the power to restore dignity, renew hope, and save a life. As I conclude, allow me to reaffirm my unwavering commitment, both at the county level in Kisumu and in collaboration with national efforts, to advancing cancer control in our country. As a matter of fact, earlier today, I had the honor of presiding over the unveiling of the Chung Yon Un Nyong'o Cancer Center in Kisumu, a flagship initiative by the Africa Smart Cities and Townships Alliance in partnership with Mr. Peter Chung of Korea, who has spoken here before and is sitting over there, in memory of his sister, a cancer victim, in a powerful testament to compassion and shared humanity. The facility will target to serve thousands across the Lake Victoria Basin and beyond. It is being designed as an integrated center of care to offer early diagnosis, advanced treatment, palliative services, rehabilitation, and education, all delivered with dignity and compassion. In addition, the Kisumu County government, working with our Korean partners, will soon launch a pilot program on blood-based early cancer detection that Dr. Ganda was talking about, which is an important step towards improving early diagnosis and patient outcomes. From the very beginning of my tenure as governor, my vision has been to establish a comprehensive world-class cancer care system in Kisumu. I'm grateful that this vision is steadily becoming a reality with the support of partners like Peter Chung. Finally, because leadership alone is not enough, I urge each one of us here to act, to give, and to stand in solidarity. Let us commit to a future where no Kenyan faces cancer alone, and where together we turn hope into lasting impact. Where together we turn hope into lasting impact. Thank you very much, and may God bless all of us.
Makofi, 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 makofi. Thank you so much. Tupige makofi ya nyayo moja. Asante, our chief guests, for gracing our dinner, and you've been a support to KENCO. Funga, fungua. Power na pesa imesija. Power na pesa imesija. Asante sana.
Okay, let me just introduce you to one or two members of the Africa Cancer Foundation Board who are here, apart from my wife who was introduced. Arthur Koteng, is Arthur here? Arthur is there, I see. That's a member of the board. Dr. Fatma Abdallah. Down there, thank you very much. And I noticed that my pastor from Praise Hill Church, Pastor Fred Auma, is here, over there. Thank you very much, Fred. And contribution from the ACF board member, Shalin Bala. I think, Dorothy, you look after that? Okay. And from Kisumu County Secretary, Hezbon Hongo is here, is he? He's not here. He sends his greetings. He was supposed to be here this evening. And my Chief of Staff, Alois Aguer, they send their greetings, and I hope they have given their, or send them their contributions when they know the number for which to send it. But they sent their greetings. They're together with us, and thank you very much for listening to me. May God bless you.
Thank you so much. I want to acknowledge the caregivers. Caregivers in the house, please stand up. Caregivers in the house. Prof has said, were it not for Mama Kisumu, have you gone for the test? Have you taken your medication? Caregivers in the house. Caregivers in the house, can we wave? Wow. Thank you so much. Behind every champion, behind every thriver, there is a caregiver who is working tirelessly. Na saa zingine wagonjwa tunasubua. And caregivers need a golden heart, a heart made of a lot of love and mercy. Taking care of a patient who is nagging now and forth. But thank you so much for the grace. I want to echo something that has been said by, I didn't get your name. CC for water. Sometimes back through KENCO, Mama Kisumu initiated something that we used to call a corn garden. Do you remember? A corn garden was for every patient and every survivor. We were just to get 7 wheelbarrows of soil and 2 wheelbarrows of manure, regardless where you are. I am from Chicago, Kiambu, and I got a corn garden from Mama Kisumu. Who else got a corn garden? Yes, yes, you see, can we stand? Can we stand? We got corn gardens for our vegetation, for our, yes, all these survivors. Anybody who had the 7 wheelbarrows of soil and 2 wheelbarrows of manure, ACF came, provided us with the seedlings, set up the corn garden, and we enjoyed. So Mama Kisumu, thank you for extending love to all of us. We are grateful. Thank you so much. Hey, Professor Ganda is telling me his pocket has gone deeper. He's going to get us more money. So the chief guest, tafadhali, we appreciate. Kuja uendeleze hii harambe. Tafadhali, tujitayarisha, tutoe simu. Equity jafunga, Fuliza inafanya.
Do you have somewhere to put it? In a basket or something?
Yes, you can get a basket.
Or a kikapu?
You can get a basket. Yes.
If not, we start by using this table here. Huh? Good. Just bring it. Now, look, I think since about 9:30 in the evening, I want to make it very efficient and not harass you. We will put this thing here. Just come and put your contribution and sit down. No ceremonies, no say, no things like those, because that just delays. Just give what you have here and sit down, and I will not even announce it, provided you bring it like Sadaka in church. You know Sadaka? Yeah, just bring like Sadaka. Put here and go and sit down, please. I'm beginning with this table. Hands up. And then, pardon? And the what? Oh, the pay bill. Okay. What's the pay bill again? Can we, okay, project the pay bill over there. M-Pesa pay bill number is 779907. I repeat, pay bill number 779907, account dinner. Account dinner. Are we together? So those of you who are using their phones to pay, can you put your hands up? Yeah. Now those who have not put their hands up, bring your money here.
I think, thank you, Prof. Mama Kisumu has told me I help you. And when Mama Kisumu talks, she tells me turn right, I ask her how far. So I will
when she says turn right, I turn right, then left, then I come back to right. Then I know I will not turn anywhere else.
Thank you so much. So yeah, so there are guests that Prof came with.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. I'd like to leave, just kindly media leave the pay bill projected throughout. So I would like to request, there's a team that Prof came with from Kisumu. This is your turn. Kindly come.
My Kisumu team.
Yes. Power tunataka nini?
Power.
Power iko ama haiko?
Power iko.
Meanwhile, I thank you so much. I feel like telling you to sit, but if you stand there, I'll get more money.
Waziri wetu.
Yes.
Weka hapo.
I think the check, Mweni.
What?
Some people send their donations to them. So it's
Okay, some people sent their donations through others. Please, just tell us who sent the donation and you have
Yes.
it.
Yes,
So
thank
that-
you.
DG Matthew Willie sent me with 20,000.
Sema power.
Power. Na mimi mwenyewe nimejituma na 10,000 shillings.
Sema power. Thank you.
10,000.
Thank you.
In Kisumu, we are very transparent.
Thank you very much. Makofi tafadhali.
Waziri George Okongo sent me 20,000
Let the
on
pay bill
M-Pesa.
be throughout. Thank you.
And I will also give 10,000 by M-Pesa.
Thank you very much. Let the pay bill be there throughout,
Thank you very
please,
much.
media.
Yes, Judy, my Minister for Lands and other things, put here. Water and everything. Yeah.
Pay bill, please, projected.
10,000 from Judy. Thank you very much, Farida.
Thank you very much. Okay, Makofi ya Kisumu. Do you know Judy came all the way via flight?
Farida.
Hey.
And then 10,000 from a friend Very good. Vinod Patel.
Can we all say Vinod Patel?
And herself, 10,000. Total 20. Yes, and he sent his greetings. And Vinod sent his greetings to me, Makofi.
Thank you very much.
I've been sent, and I was told I make sure I announce it under the Kisumu kitty. Or I've been sent by a son of Kisumu County. And he told me to make sure it comes in with the Kisumu. So 10,000 on M-Pesa from Omore Osendo.
Thank you. Wow. Wapi Makofi ya Dr. Lela's friend.
Thank you.
Kisumu, oye.
Oye.
Aya, Kisumu again. Anybody from Kisumu or sent by somebody from Kisumu?
Sasa boyo leo wewe si wa Kisumu, si ndio?
Yeah,
nakuona.
good. Anybody? Oh, see, I told you.
Wow. Wapi Makofi ya Her Excellency Mama Kisumu County Destiny Helper of KENCO for a very long time. We always count on you, Mama. Tell us something.
Thank you. So I was sent by the county secretary, Mr. Hongo. He sent 20,000.
Thank you.
And the chief of staff, Alois Aguirre, sent 10,000.
Okay, that's how you clap for 10,000.
And then I have, not from Kisumu, but this is virtually a son of Kisumu or a supporter of Kisumu. Our Pastor Daniel Nginya from Praise Hill Church. The senior pastor is here, Fred Auma. So Pastor Daniel sent me 5,000.
Thank you.
And I have already transmitted that to the pay bill.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much,
Thank
Mama.
you very much. Are we finished?
Not yet.
Not yet.
Yes.
Tuendelee basi.
Tuendelee. Watu tuamke
Please,
tupeleke pesa.
can we please project it?
Project that number, that pay bill, so that anybody who hasn't taken it can pay it through the pay bill.
Yeah, so Maxwell has a special, can we say special contribution? Because he said when his governor is coming, he has to come and see the
good.
kids.
Maxwell, you are caught, eh?
Yeah, so he has a special contribution, and he wanted to say it when governor is still standing, so that the cameras can catch him.
Okay, Maxwell.
Say being put through the guillotine. KENCO has been with us, and we have been with KENCO. And as an institution, sina ya kuweka hapa, lakini chairman, as an institution, we are committing 500,000 shillings. Sasa, si complain imeisha. Sawa, thank you very much.
Asante. Okay, so that is Makofi ya 500,000, okay?
Very good.
Tunaenda kutengeneza makofi ya 500,000. Subiri kidogo.
Thank you so much.
10K has got new prof.
Good. My pastor, 10,000 shillings.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Anybody else? Otherwise, I'll give mine to whoever comes to receive it, which probably be my wife. On behalf of all of you, or Greg.
Survivors power. Ongezeni survivor mwenzetu hapa kitu 200, 150. Survivors power, tafadhali tusimame. Daktari is one of us. Can we stand? Pesa mingi, pesa kidogo, survivors power, please. Kujeni hapa 200, 300, ngiri mbili kujeni. Kujeni, hakuna pesa mingi, hakuna pesa kidogo. Come, let's support our survivor.
DJ, tafadhali, please. Pesa ni sabuni ya roho, muziki pia ni sabuni ya roho.
Tusimame, nitawaita na majina sababu naelewa. Priska, tusimame.
Okay, wait, DJ.
Nataka to dance. From Governor Professor Peter Anyang' Nyong'o, personal contribution, 100,000.
Thank you so much.
Iko kusindikiza.
Asante fellow survivor. Thank you so much.
Anaitwa Njeri wa
Sindikiza.
1,000.
Thank you so much.
Anybody sindikiza ring?
Oh, so you don't want to
Alela. Alela 2,000
yes.
Survivors power.
Sindikiza.
Another survivor. Yes, karibu.
Sindikisha tafadhali ukuje msalimie DJ.
Salimia.
Kuja tu, just come, Dr. Mapelu.
Okay.
2,000 from Mapelu, thank you. I'm seeing our chairman is standing.
1,000 over here.
1,000 Sindikisha. And Mweni, can you get nearer, Mweni? Thank you.
Yeah.
My contributions of 30,000.
Yes. Jackie anasema
to his
anakusindikisha.
And yes, my friend is going to sindikisha me.
20,000.
Wow, can you say oh?
Who are saying they want to take a photo as they sindikisha, simama enda upige picha na mkubwa peleka.
Okay, all the masindikiza I put there, I don't want to count them, they will count themselves.
Thank you. Can we please, upstanding ladies and gentlemen, appreciate our chief guest, Professor Peter Anyang' Nyong'o. Thank you so much, Prof. Thank you
so much
for the work that
Thank you very much.
I
appreciate it.
And before our chief guest sits down, I'd like the gift to come. As we are upstanding, we honor you, Professor Peter Anyang' Nyong'o, for your outstanding leadership and transformative contribution to cancer control and health system strengthening in Kenya and beyond. As a distinguished scholar, a policy leader, and governor of Kisumu County, you have championed equitable access to cancer prevention, early detection and treatment. Your courage in sharing your journey at a time when no one would ever do it helped break stigma and inspired many Kenyans to seek timely care. Through your leadership, you have advanced healthcare financing, reforms, and driven investments in cancer infrastructure, community screening, and HPV vaccination, bringing services closer to the people. Today, we celebrate a visionary leader, a courageous survivor, and a relentless advocate whose impact continues to shape the future of cancer care in Kenya. Professor Nyong'o, your voice, your courage, and your leadership have changed the cancer narrative in Kenya. We celebrate you, and I'd like to call Kinyanjui Wanjeri to give this award. Please, bila wivu, kesho ni wewe. Can we appreciate our professor, our chief guest, the governor of Kisumu? And said the money you're giving to cancer is not enough. Those of you remember when he was the minister at the health those days. So thank you very much. One more person, Kinyanjui. warm enough to stay very many years to keep advocating. When you travel in that first class, carry it with you. Mama Kisumu, make sure you pack it along. Thank you so much. And I'm seeing our chairman, Philip Odio, is also here to say he needs something for the office. Dr. Ganda, make sure that reaches his office. Dr. Ganda, make sure it reaches his office in a nice corner. Anytime he wakes up, he'll remember his relentless efforts for KENCO. Thank you very much, guest of honor. Makofi tafadhali one more time.
I really appreciate this. KENCO, Kenyan Network of Cancer Organizations, United Against Cancer. To me, Anyang' Nyong'o, Governor of Kisumu County, celebrates you.
We celebrate you, sir.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Nashukuru. One dance for Prof. One dance for Prof. One dance for Prof. Everybody, please. One dance for Prof. Kidogo.
Thank you so much, advocating in the country and beyond. We love you so much and you know it. And I'd like the flowers for Mom to come at this point. Dr. Alela will give the flowers to Mom. Mom, please come back. Thank you, Mom. Dorothy, this year, Philip told me, please don't disturb Dorothy again. But I ended up with her in some coffee date at a corner and we told her, Mama, we have to come back. So we hope that we will be strong enough to do it on our own. But we thank you so much for holding KENCO at heart, for being a destiny helper at heart. We appreciate you and I love you so much and you know it. Thank you so much. So we have a flower for giving you your literal flowers, literally. So those flowers, even if they dry up, keep them somewhere and just know that every time KENCO is you and you are KENCO. Thank you, Mama. Please, can you appreciate Mama Kisumu? Mishka and Dr. Zipporah and the rest, and they said we need a uniting. Okay, bila wivu, tafadhali appreciate our mom. Thank you so much. We love you, Mama. The most.
Thank you so much, Mama. We appreciate
I would
you.
like call our chairperson to give an award to David Makumi. David Makumi is the founding. There was a song that brings David Lucy.
David Makumi.
Founding chairperson, and we always say that that logo that you see here was designed by none other than David Makumi. A round of applause one more time. We appreciate you and we love you so much. You played a leading role in establishing the organization and laying a resilient institutional foundation. You spearheaded the development of robust governance structures, policy and strategic direction, ensuring KENCO was built for generations to come. You played a establishment and operationalization of the National Cancer Institute of Kenya, where you served on the inaugural board of trustees representing civil society for 2 uninterrupted terms, while ensuring that KENCO was represented in all Ministry of Health, Policy and Strategic forums. Beyond leadership, you positioned KENCO as a commanding voice in national cancer advocacy, forging strategic alliances with the media, oncology, NCD stakeholders and all. You have left a transformative and enduring impact on cancer care, not only in the country and beyond. Ladies and gentlemen, David Makumi. With our chairperson, please take a nice photo, and we want to find it in your office. And anytime you smile with that singare, just remember that we appreciate you and the work that you do. We hope that we to carry the legacy going on. Thank you very much. Thank you so much. I'll call Peter Chunyo to come and give Catherine Washira. Yes, to come and give Catherine Washira this together with Priska. Please come. Catherine Washira served as the KENCO's founding chairperson, guiding the organization through the challenges of COVID-19 pandemic with the resilience and strategic focus. Her leadership ensured that KENCO was left with some money, which we have not touched to date. You left us with the Baby of Endowment Fund. Thank you very much. You have been instrumental in our financial sustainability, including overseeing the first fundraising dinner in March 2020. Bila wivu, tafadhali, let us give it up for Catherine Washira. J.
Fear, we didn't know what it was, and has walked around. And I remember when we used to go to conferences, palliative was given the last day and the last few minutes, but now we can hold a conference on palliative. Mama Zipporah,
Dr. Zipporah Ali, Dr. Zipporah. Before I came to KENCO, I used to read about her on the internet on palliative care championship in the country and beyond. Through her leadership in patient advocacy, she has ensured that patient voice is not only heard, but placed at the center of cancer care. Dr. Zipporah Ali, your leadership continues to transform lives and shape the future of cancer care in our region and beyond.
Thank you so much. Jackie from Roche, come, we love you so much. You are given a product that was worth of millions, and it was out of our reach for patients, especially breast cancer, and you sat on tables with the Ministry of Health and make it accessible for us. And tonight I'm calling Essie. Essie is an Uber driver who is a beneficiary of the Herceptin, and because of you today and many other breast cancer survivors.
DJ. Where we came, so that in the next 10 years we also celebrate you for giving today. Yes. So please, DJ tafadhali for Mama Herceptin.
For Mama Herceptin. Who is an Uber driver, living fully and largely. Thank you, Sana. Makumi and Mama Herceptin. Makumi and Mama Herceptin. A product worth of million going down to 3,000.
The more aggressive forms of breast cancer, for many patients, a diagnosis once carried fear and uncertainty. Because of the work of Mama Herceptin, Jacqueline Wambua of Roche, more women are not only living but thriving. Today we celebrate you, a woman of impact, beautiful at heart, a champion of innovation and success, and a true lifeline for many. Mama Herceptin, live long, Mama Herceptin. We honor you for your immense contribution to HER2 positive breast cancer care in Kenya. Bila wivu kesho.
Thank you so much. Patient and survivor, leader and advocate. Can we shangilia one of our own, Sally Agalo? Shangilia, wekea yeye kanungo.
First member. So we are appreciating Sally on behalf of all the first individual members of KENCO. Sally was number 6 and she's here today. She's been influential in the cancer advocacy and as a founding member. Your voice is central to KENCO's advocacy efforts. You consistently bring the lived experience of patients into policy and program discussions. We celebrate you, Sally Agalo Kwenda. There throughout, we are still will count guest of honor contributions, and we are going to appreciate. Let the pay bill be there. Thank you so much. As you celebrate, let's not forget about the pay bill.
The last one but not least, we have a special recognition of somebody, Simaton Komomolu.
Simaton Komotu represents a friend of KENCO as the CEO of Zebra Limited and the founder of the Pelvic Cancer Clinic. Your organization, Zebra Limited, and founder of the Pelvic Cancer. Papi Makofi tafadhali one more time. Tonight
is Elo Mapelu, the former chair of KENCO. Elo Mapelu.
Bring people's
and for stage 4 breast cancer. Thank you so much, the Max Foundation and former chair Elo Mapelu.
As a previous board chairperson, Elo steered KENCO through a transformative era of growth, cementing the organization's influence. Some of the flagship projects like the Cancer Survivors Festival, Scars to Stars Breast Cancer Awareness, and the Beauty Pageantry was an initiative that was backed under the leadership of Elo Mapelu. Thank you for championing for access to cancer medicines, and thank you for supporting programs like CML, GIST, and the Advanced Breast Cancer. One more time, let us appreciate Elo Mapelu, the former chairperson of Kenya Network of Cancer Organizations. I will then call Peter Cham to kindly appreciate for us our chief guest, Dr. Maxwell Okoth.
Dr. Maxwell Okoth for bridging the gap on cancer care.
Dr. Maxwell Okoth has proved that it Cancer Center, all it needs is a resolve, all it needs a drive, and that's what we are seeing RFH giving us solutions to not only care but personalized care with humanity, giving us solutions for state-of-the-art equipment. Thank you so much for daring to dream. One of the youngest founders of multidisciplinary hospital, Ruai Family. Bila wivu kesho ni wewe founder. Let us appreciate him as the gift is coming. Let us appreciate him. Please stay warm. Ruai is cold, so make sure you're warm throughout Daktari as you make decisions. The cancer survivors in the room told us they love your hospital because of the care and the new state-of-the-art equipment that you keep bringing. And we saw you're bringing India to RFH. Two of the senior doctors who are found in India are now resident doctors in RFH Ruai. One more time, let's appreciate Dr. Maxwell Okoth. So
a nice cap and
as we are doing that, just to call our few table sponsors, just say one. I know you're doing an amazing job in Western region, and Kisumu is here. If I don't allow you to speak when the CS who is walking out is here, he will not forgive me. So tell us what the amazing work that Kiwa Cervical Cancer does in the Kisumu Western region. And I hope your table has interacted with that pay bill.
Yeah, good evening, everyone. Thank you so much. We are very honored to be here today. My name is Samson Boyo. I am with my two colleagues, Dorcas and Bonita. I'm a very excited man today. There's very familiar faces here. The journey has been very, very long. Today, every speaker who spoke to what we really do every day as cure cervical cancer. And thanks to very, very great minds here, Dr. Ganda seated here, we started one of the very first HPV testing at the home level. We are the first organization to actually say, let's go to the women, you know. Let's not wait for them to come to the hospital. And we have very good numbers. To date, we have screened over 57,000 women with a HPV testing. And we are very happy because we are beginning to move the needle about, prevention. Remember, we've all said about the cost of cancer, but we can be able to win this war if we go to the women, if we start it with prevention. Let's invest in prevention, because these stories will change. We'll have less survivors and more women who are just healthy. So thank you so much. I want to take this opportunity to really thank KENCO for believing in us as well. We are happy to have supported this cause as well, and we'll continue supporting this cause. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Boyo. Today,
Thank you so much.
Phoebe.
Yes.
There's somebody who has said that they want to give their contribution in style.
Oh, okay.
And if we don't give them the opportunity, we won't get their contribution. Sukuma, Connie, please bring your...
Please clap for her bila wivu. Hiyo waste kesho duwe ndio utakuwa nayo.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Connie Mwangi, the director and partner at Sukuma Wellness Experience for Active Transformation. I know Phoebe because we work closely with NCD patients, mostly cancer patients, survivors, and their caregivers. What we do in the fitness industry is that we give them a complimentary class. We have a gym. We call them in and we tell them, whenever you have the energy, whenever you have the time, please come up, join us, and we do this together. Because I know mostly after chemo, a lot of people, depending the side effect of the medication, some add a lot of weight. So what we do is, instead of charging, we just call them in, and we celebrate them through fitness, dance fitness.
Governor said him.
So I know Carol because she's one of the person that actually introduced me into the cancer space. So I'll let her say something. But anyway, for Sukuma, what we do is physical wellness and health promotion. If I have time, I'll expand that later. But I really appreciate for your time. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. And
good evening, everyone. All the survivors, hi. Anyone who has come for the Sukuma class, raise your hands. And we are looking for more. We are looking for more of that. All protocols observed. Thank you so much. My name is Caroline Okere, and I'm the lead coordinator in the Sukuma fitness group. We deal with all NCDs, but mostly I deal with cancer survivors. I always tell people come for workout. Philip, our chairman, nimesikia kuna relay for life. I hope mtatupatia hiyo slot ya kufanya workout.
Okay, thank you very much.
And our contribution, you're going to give our contribution 10,000.
Wow, can you say wow? Can you please hug them for me like this? Hug them like this. Can you say oh?
Oh, thank
okay,
you
then
so
we
much.
have the other sponsor was the National Cancer Control Program. We'll just give Beatrice 1 minute to tell us anything that concerns us, because unajua sisi ni kama sio sasa ni sasa hivi.
Thank you so much, Phoebe. Good evening. I was hiding behind the table here. I was waiting for the movers at the Ministry of Health to be here. Unfortunately, our head of division and the head of National Cancer Control Program were out of the country, and they were flying back this evening, and they hoped to be here. Unfortunately, they have not managed to come. But again, even if they are not here, we are here as the partners who are in this space of cancer prevention, control, management, and treatment. And we are happy to have you all working together. With all the initiatives that we put in place, we cannot do it alone. We have to hold our hands together and move together so that we achieve all the goals that we have planned to achieve as the ministry. So thank you all for being here, all the protocols observed. Thank you to KENCO, and thank you to all the partners. We are there for you each and every time you call upon us. We'll be available to support. So I was not sent with any contribution, but my own contribution, I'm going to support the cause with 10,000 Kenya shillings.
Thank you so much. Okay, hiyo 10,000 utanipea sahi. Can you please clap for Beatrice and the National Cancer Control Program, and please pass us our appreciation. Karen Tinyari, I expect you to come here to take this money. Okay, come and take this money right now. Okay, so finally, because I'm seeing mom is turning, you know, we were taught, ukiona mgeni ameturn, amechoka. So mom, just give me one moment so that Jackie to tell us we also appreciate Roche also came in to support this dinner. And Jackie is a personal friend. Every year she makes sure we have one date, and that date sorts me off the whole year. So please say something and let us know the access programs that you have for KENCO and the Cancer Fraternity.
Phoebe, you've ambushed me. Good evening. I represent Roche, but personally, an advocate for patients. In Roche, we have a number of programs, but not just the programs, we believe in partnership. And I think a number of people, a number of organizations are already partnering with us because we want to understand the patient journey and we want to provide outcomes. And our biggest program is a program we have with the Ministry of Health for one of our innovations, so that patients who have their SHA, who are contributing through SHA, get the product for free. And it has been one of our... And apart from that, we're also working with the National Cancer Institute, and we've got the Empower program together with the County First Ladies, with Africa Cancer Foundation and Women for Cancer, where we are bringing screening to the community, and we have 20 clinics in 19 counties and 57 digital sites. So 77 clinics to help patients in the navigation for screening and early diagnosis. And we look forward to working closely with KENCO, and most importantly, to have the next 10 years when we talk about survival as a right. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. There's something I want to mention, Phoebe, something I want to mention. When the program was rolled out, I remember very well in Kenyatta, it didn't go. You had to go and pay every road for a patient to get. So please, if a program is rolled out, we are the custodians. Sawa sawa. And thank you so much. I still say thank you because of the product that was costing millions and has gone down to 33,000.
Thank you so much, Jackie. Thank you for highlighting that. From 340,000 to how much?
33K only.
That one is insane. Is it insane?
It is.
It is crazy. Please, one more time, Bila Wivu. Appreciate her. If I don't appreciate Henzo and they gave me money for this table, I will not be okay. So in half a minute.
Good evening. All protocols observed again. My name is Jimmy Karanja, my chairman here, who is also the former chairman of KENCO. Elomapelu has given me the opportunity to just briefly speak about us in 2 seconds. We belong to a patient group organization that has currently, we are around 3,000 patients who benefit from that particular program. Our latest baby is the breast cancer program, which just started the other year. We are having currently around 200 and something, 300 now, 300 patients who are benefiting from that. Henzo again, congratulations KENCO, but we are doing 19 years. Next year we'll be doing 20 years. So, karibuni sana. Thank you very much. God bless.
I'll hand it over to the chairperson to handle the raffle ticketing. Next, kindly bring the raffles, we choose, and then we'll have the vote of thanks and the prayers. Thank you very much. To ensure that I have my salary, so he has said I can go ahead. So please bring the raffles here. Okay, you're not happy because you don't want to win a hoodie? Okay, can we say tereng, tereng? Tereng, tereng. Thank you very much.
Close your eyes. Pick one raffle here. Just one.
Thank you very much, and I'll ask Joanne, my boss in the board, to read it. Can you say it loud, Ngoja?
The number is 53.
53 going 1. Nilijua tu mchungaji hawezi toka bure. You know you should serve God. When you serve God, you get some favor. Can you, karibu sana sir, thank you for representing the church and for being here, for supporting Mama Kisumu. Yes. Oh, board member, Africa Cancer for, hiyo ndio organization yenu, ile. Wow, can you please clap for Africa Cancer Foundation, doing an amazing job. You want to screen and treat and screen and refer, screen and diagnose and screen and ensure that you have all the systems. Please, can we come, Phoebe Gitau, come and give him the gift. Phoebe Gitau is co-opted board member and her eye is keen on KENCO Endowment Fund. She is co-opted to ensure that KENCO is sustainable for the next 10 years. Bila wivu kesho ndio wewe board member, leo ni Phoebe Gitau. Please give him his gift. Next, please, Lucy Arakaraka. Where are you? What? 141? 141? Ni 140 haiwezi kuwa, haiwezi change ikuwe 1. Who has 141? Uko na gani? Hey, Mary Mwangi, come and give that gift. Mary Mwangi, kuja umpatie. Mary Mwangi is our first runners-up for the current Scars to Stars season 2 that was held in October. She had the most beautiful scar, the most beautiful smile. So thank you, Mary Mwangi, and thank you for showing everyone that there are stars behind the scars. Anyone else, Waziri?
82.
Okay, 82. 82 nani? Angalia kwako tena. 82 ni nani? As I call my friend Devgan, my very good friend Devgan. Thank you. Come and give this gift out. Devgan, karibu. Thank you for buying me lunch at that sports club. At least I know Mama knows, so it will not bring a problem. He one day took me out and said, I'm going to buy you lunch. Thank you so much. Can you please appreciate Devgan and appreciate Marine for supporting KENCO all the years, over the years. Just appreciate him. Where the next? Lucy, where are you? 186 nani? Going one? Okay. Okay, Mama Kisumu, what do we do? Okay, we need help. Mama Kisumu, can you break the ice?
He invested, he deserves it. Makofi kwake. Well done, Arthur.
I'll call Dr. Maxwell to please hand him over the hoodie. Mama Kisumu was saying it is called return in investment. Return in? Can you please appreciate him one more time, bila wivu, tafadhali? And then we can have our last one. Where are you, Lucy? The last one? Thank you very much, Dr. Maxwell Okoth. What number is it, Lucy? 34 ni nani? See, yeah. Wow, can you Makofi tafadhali one more time to the lioness? I call her lioness. Catherine, come and appreciate her, please. Appreciate her. Well, thank you. Oh, so nimesema lioness, sasa mko na wivu. Appreciate her tafadhali. Lucy, are we done? One more, the last one. The last one? 122. Hey, children. Muziki kutoka Western tafadhali. chair is giving. The time is to go much gone. This is Nancy Okenagwa. She handles all our communications and liaison. Okay, umpigi makofi juu ako smart. Thank you so much for the good work. This is Nancy Mweni. She's in charge of finances. She was running away with the pay bill around and ensuring we all pay. Thank you so much. And then we have our director of programs, Charles Muya Tafadhali Kidogo. And then we have the partnerships and program officer, the longest serving KENCO member, Karon Tinyari. Bila wivu tukismile. Thank you so much, Chairperson.
I'd like to call Alela to give vote of thanks, and then we pray. Oh, there's a cake. Okay. Can you bring the cake faster, because I see people are tired. It's past my bedtime too. I think we all want to go to bed, right? Yes, it's late. Eva. Then we finish. We're done. It's past our bedtime. And we go home. It past our bedtime. David. Give the chair, you will guide this session. The founding chair and your team.
I stand where?
In 1 minute, yeah? Utasimama tu hapo.
County will cut the cake with Catherine.
Sasa kata keki tukule sasa. Mko wapi? Kitukule sasa, kata keki. Kata keki. Kata keki tukule sasa. Iyo ni keki sio mokimo. Iyo ni keki sio mokimo. Iyo ni keki. Iyo ni keki. Iyo ni keki sio mokimo. Thank you so much, founding members. So as the cake will be cut, I'd like Eva to just come and give vote of thanks. Make sure you taste the cake before you leave. Secretariat, you can help us cut the cake, divide among the people as we go home.
Everyone, it has been an amazing evening, right? Yes. So tonight has been more than just an event. It has been a powerful reminder of what we can achieve when hearts, hands, and purpose come together. So on behalf of KENCO, I would like to extend our deepest and most sincere gratitude to our partners who have worked with us this journey for the past 10 years. Your unwavering support, belief in our mission, and continued collaboration have been the foundation upon which our work stands. Because of you, countless lives have been touched, and hope has been restored in ways that words can hardly capture. I stand before you as a cancer survivor and a child who has lost both parents to cancer. So I know firsthand what it means to walk a journey filled with uncertainty, fear, and countless questions. But I also know what it means to be held by care, by community, and by organizations like KENCO that show up when it matters most. So what you are supporting here are not just activities. You are supporting real people, real journeys, and real hope. You are giving someone the strength to keep going on days when it feels impossible. To our sponsors and our donors, County Government of Kisumu, if your county is represented here, put your hand up. It's only Kisumu County that is represented here. Guys, no, as in, does your county have a table? Yes, that's what I meant. So if your county does not have a table, you have work. Go back home and talk to your people. I have bragging rights because Kisumu is my county. I just had to say that. So Africa Cancer Foundation, La Roche-Posay, NCCP, Roche, Switch Media, Henzo Kenya, and Cure Cervical Cancer. Thank you for your generosity this evening. Your contributions are not just financial, they are an investment on impact, in dignity, and in a better future for those that we serve. The funds raised tonight will go a long way in supporting our upcoming programs and activities, ensuring that the work of KENCO continues to reach those who need it most. And to every guest here, that plate meant something for KENCO. So, we thank you for taking your time to be here. Your presence here speaks volume. It shows that you believe in this cause, that you stand with us, and that together we can continue to make a difference. I will not do justice if I don't appreciate the organizing committee, the secretariat, the board, the hotel, the premises. Thank you so much for working tirelessly behind the scenes to make this evening a success. As we look ahead, we are encouraged and inspired by support we have witnessed tonight. Together, we will continue to grow, to serve, and to transform lives. Thank you once again for your presence, your generosity, and your partnership. Here is to another 10, 20, 30, and very, very many years of KENCO. Have a wonderful evening.
Tunaomba sasa, and then we can leave at leisure. Kindly let us stand and pray. Let's bow down our heads in prayer. Our Heavenly Father, we come before your throne of mercy this evening. We thank you, Lord, for bringing us together this day. Lord, we came before you when we were starting and we asked for your presence, and Lord, we have seen you throughout this evening. As we come to the close of this gathering, we are grateful for the moments that we have shared, the hearts that you have touched, and the purpose that has united us. Lord, may the seed that you have planted here grow into hope, into healing, and into renewed strength for all that we serve. Bless every hand that has given, every hand that will give, and every voice that advocates, and every life that is touched through this mission. As we depart, my Father, go before us and remain with us. Guide our steps, strengthen our hearts, and help us carry forward the spirit of unity and compassion. We entrust all that we have done and all that lies ahead of us into your hands, and we pray that you'll continue guiding us and showing us what to do as we continue to serve your people. For it's in Jesus' mighty name we do pray and believe. Amen.
That has greatly impacted me positively. And that's why I'm able to speak in front of this camera right now. My interaction with KENCO has been great, I must say. I have seen KENCO amplify patients' voices, provide a lot of skills, especially to cancer survivors, and personally to myself. I've been able to advance my advocacy to very high levels, to a point where I've been able to engage with the health committee in the Kenyan parliament over issues affecting cancer patients. I would urge everyone to go for early screening. There are many public hospitals around the country that provide those services. There are medical camps from time to time. I would ask people to take advantage of those medical camps, go for early screening, because that leads to early diagnosis and improves the treatment outcomes. To every patient and cancer warrior out there, I would urge you to cling on to hope. You have the strength within you and around you. You have a community that is ready to support you, walk this journey with you.
My name is Phoebe Ongadi, the Executive Director of Kenyan Network of Cancer Organizations, also known as KENCO. KENCO, we are the national umbrella body now for about 80 cancer-based civil society organizations. What we do is that we coordinate the efforts of these organizations and promote cancer advocacy, patient awareness, patient support, and just to ease the burden of cancer in the country. So KENCO has been around now for 10 years, though I joined KENCO, this is my 3rd year as the Executive Director, but the organization has been around for 10 years. So it has been 10 years of advocacy, 10 years of empowerment, 10 years of patient support, just to lessen the burden of cancer and to ensure that patients who have cancer live quality life through access to medication, support services across the care continuum of cancer. So that is who we are. We are based in Nairobi but spread all over the country. We are also known as the Cancer Patients Grassroots Organizations. Apart from bringing, one of our biggest achievements, apart from bringing together all these cancer-based civil society organizations to have them talk in one voice and to have them coordinate efforts of cancer control, and apart from empowering them with capacity building and ensuring that they are well advocates of cancer, we are proud of the advocacy efforts that KENCO has done. And top of the list is the operationalization of the National Cancer Institute that was advocated for by KENCO, among others. That is a semi-autonomous government agency that is part of the government that is just concerned with strengthening cancer efforts and control, known as the National Cancer Institute of Kenya. That is one of them. Another one that we can look for back over the years is the cancer health financing. And we started that a long time with the National Health Insurance Fund. When we expanded, we pushed for expansion of that fund to have oncology package. And actually the oncology package that we had under the National Health Insurance Fund, also known as NHIF, has been one of the best. And we did not stop there. When the Social Health Insurance Fund came up, and then when we were looking at it 1 year down the line, we told the government that we needed expansion of that because whatever was being offered for patients at that time was too little. And out of our efforts, the government, through the President and the National Assembly, they were able to revise it from 500,000 Kenya shillings now to 800,000 Kenya shillings. Even though that is still not enough, we feel that it is better than what the patient had before. So basically, those are the main issues. But apart from the advocacy and also the support for member organizations, there is also the patient-based support empowerment. We have distributed over 75,000 rehabilitative materials to patients. These are materials that support patients in their care journey. The breast prosthesis for patients who have to lose a breast because of breast surgery, and also the prosthesis bra that have to support that synthetic breast, the hand sleeves, and many others. across the country. We are also distributors of the cancer education materials for patient and caregivers, also known as CMPC, and we partner with the major cancer centers in the country, and we have done over 100,000 booklets. These booklets have been very helpful to demystify cancer diagnosis for the health worker, for the patient, and also for the caregivers. And finally, we have done empowerment for the civil society organizations for cancer. Over 5,000 people have been trained over the years on advocacy, on simple awareness, risk factors, to promote awareness and to demand, to increase the demand for cancer early screening and diagnosis. The burden of cancer is remaining so high mainly because of two top things: the delay in diagnosis and then lack of awareness. So the moment people do not know awareness of those early signs, awareness of where they should go, then that affects a huge chunk. And the way you have rightfully put it, cancer is one of the leading causes of death in this country. But unfortunately, 75% of cancers are being diagnosed late. And when cancers are diagnosed late, then the prognosis is poorer. So it means lesser chances of survival. So then how do we reverse this situation to ensure that cancer is diagnosed early? Is promoting awareness. So delaying diagnosis has been a challenge for us. Another challenge that we have had is the issues around healthcare financing that causes that disparities. People in the rural areas, for example, are not able to pay for diagnosis, they're not able to pay for screening, they're not able to pay for treatment. And even under the Social Health Insurance Fund and even other insurances, we see patients are still being told to pay out of pocket. And then another huge issue is on access. Access is a real challenge right all the way on the cancer care continuum, access to diagnosis. For example, if we do an awareness in a certain community and we tell them these are the early signs and then these are the screenings, maybe we do screening for cervical cancer, for example, there needs to be that closure that after the screening, then this patient should be able to receive the care that they need. There should be that linkage. So those are the reasons why we are diagnosing cancer late, and the reasons why cancer is still the top, because patients are not able to pay for it. There is a lot of delay in diagnosis, and then the access of those diagnostics and treatment is still not imparable. It is it varies from one region or even on socioeconomic capability. And actually with cancer, even with socioeconomic stability, once cancer hits at a late stage, then it will definitely impoverish. First of all, what we do for access for medicine for care is we look at the finances, because medicines are bought, somebody buys them, somebody pays for them. So we have been advocating for healthcare financing so that the patients do not have to get out or in their pocket. And actually that is one of the reasons why many patients are dying, because they pay until now it becomes psychologically unstable for them. Out of our advocacy, we also partner with pharmaceuticals. We have partnered with Roche. For example, they gave us Herceptin, and that was able, patients were able to access it. We partner also with the Max Foundation. They gave us access for advanced breast cancer treatment, and we are seeing that happening. So we advocate for access of cancer care treatment. We advocate for better policies that are that will help ensure patients have the services that they need. We are currently also very active with the policy on cervical cancer vaccination, the single dose, because we know when we capture these girls at 9 to 14 years old, for example, we ensure that their future is safe. We capture them for the vaccination at that age, and it is just one dose, and we ensure that they will protect them from one of the cancers that is currently causing the leading deaths in this country, called cervical cancer. You're very right. The cancer burden in Kenya is on the woman. If you look at the two leading causes of death and the two leading morbidity, breast cancer is the highest in cases being diagnosed, and cervical cancer is the highest of cases of mortalities. And it's only women who have the cervix. And then the breast cancer, as much as there are men, it is mostly on the woman. So these two cancers, again, we talked about delay. So then if we put up and revamp awareness efforts so that these women know those early signs, they know where to go, they know what to check for their breast, they know what to do, the screening available, the routine checkups. If we do that, then they are able to know where to get services from. And then what we are also seeing working is the lived experience advocacy, where we are having women also who have gone through cancer coming out to talk to other women through media channels like this one and telling them, for me, these were my my earliest signs. So it's called lived experience advocacy. It also works for them. And then also through that, we are also going to push for policies that are better supporting. So these women, through patient navigation, through awareness, and then let that awareness be linked to care. So there is one position of telling me about cancer, about the early signs, about diagnosis, but then there is linking me to where I can get those biopsies done, where I can get the screening done, and then once it is done, linking me to where I can get the treatment. So then they should happen systematically, because the delay is what makes the tumors develop to make it late diagnosis, and cancer cannot wait. Thank you so much. On the 27th of this month, that is March, from 6 p.m., all roads will be leading to the Boma Hotel in South Sea, affiliated to Kenya Red Cross. KENCO will be turning 10 years. 10 years of coordinated cancer civil society advocacy, 10 years of patient support and empowerment, 10 years of just reminding everyone that survivorship is possible and supporting.
My name is Sally Agalo Kwenda. I lead a team at Kenya Ostomy Association. Kenya Ostomy Association is a group of people who have gone through colon and rectum cancer. And so we meet for psychosocial support, but also support each other with the very needy commodities that maybe I'll be talking about later. My interaction with KENCO started a long time ago. Actually, the conversation about KENCO started in the year 2013. And that time, it was just a small group of people we came together who were in the cancer space. So if you knew somebody who was in the cancer space, you could call them. And we could just meet for tea. Maybe in someone's office, we make tea and just talk, what can we do and how can we further this conversation. So that was in 2013, and the conversation continued, and I must say that as an individual, I have benefited from KENCO, even on those early stages when we were just starting to form the organization. There was a time, maybe I showed this. This is called a colostomy bag. Our organization, Kenya Ostomy Association, offers these appliances to our members. And there was this time that we got a donation from Europe, and it was held at the port. And through KENCO, we were able to advocate. And we wrote letters, we went to the media, and we brought a very powerful message, and the appliances were released. So personally, I have benefited from KENCO in that way. I have survived cancer 3 times. The year 2007, I was diagnosed with cervical cancer. I got healed, I was treated, but after 3 years, I got a recurrence in the colon, and that's how I ended up now being in this organization for this. So I have used these appliances for the last 16 years, and because my colon and rectum was removed, I am on this permanently. I would say that KENCO has grown. When we started, we were very few, less than 10 members, but now the organization is supporting over 70 members. Lately, we had just some members joining, so I must say that just the growth, and that has also helped me as an individual to interact with other people, the networking. You're able to know that, okay, I'm not able to offer this service in the cancer space, but another organization is able to offer that service. So that interaction and networking has really been beneficial. There is stigma in cancer, and I think that is the main issue. What needs to change is, I know the government is really trying to give information and pass the communication, but still a lot needs to be done, because still in the minds of a lot of people, when they hear the word cancer, it is a death sentence. So how do we take away this notion of people thinking that cancer is a death sentence? It is very important if us as KENCO would encourage people like Sally and many others who have gone through the sickness and are okay now, to be able to share their stories, give the right information, and caregivers should also be educated about, especially during diagnosis, the caregivers needs to be there, so that the diagnosis is given, the result of the diagnosis is given to the patient, but also to the caregiver, so that they have information. So the same way that the HIV was handled, you know, there was posters, banners, and information was being passed everywhere. If that can be done with cancer, not the stigmatizing way that it was done with HIV, but for cancer, if survivors would share their stories, because like I'm saying, my first diagnosis of cancer was in 2007. That is, I think, 18 years now. So if someone can say, I survived 18 years, and someone just got a diagnosis, they'll get encouraged. But if we just say, maybe in the media saying they are survivors, but where are they? Let us see the face of what survivorship means. I must say that in 2007 when I got my diagnosis, of course KENCO was not there at that time, but I was privileged because I was working and my employer was able to cater for the insurance, for the medical insurance that I needed at that time. But through KENCO, we have really done advocacy, and now we are seeing changes. Of course, the government is saying that they'll increase the SHA package, but through KENCO, some organizations are even paying this SHA for patients who are not able to. And I must say that that is a big achievement, because there are people who cannot access treatment just simply because they cannot pay SHA. But we have KENCO membership who are able to support in this, and this is really a good thing. I think what I can say is that women speak. Cancer affects everyone equally, but women, I think we speak early. We go to the hospital. For a man to go to the hospital, like I said, I'm leading a group of people who have gone through colon cancer, and I find that the women sharing their story, they say it was detected at an early stage, but the men, they went to the chemist so many times. So what I would say is that let us not wait for pain. For example, when I went for my screening, I did not have any symptom, but it was just a general routine, and when I was screened, I was found that the cancer was already in stage 2. So you can imagine if I didn't take that initiative to be screened early. And a lot of people wait for pain, wait for symptoms. For example, in cervical cancer, there is bleeding, there is pain, there is some abnormal discharge. So let us not wait for all that. Let us take the initiative of going for screening. I know people say screening is expensive, but if we wait until now the disease comes and now we are told it is cancer, the figures will be higher than the screening. For example, screening for a pap smear would be charged about 1,000, 1,500. If you wait, that 1,000, you'll add many zeros to it. So let us not wait for symptoms. Let us not wait for pain. Let us take early initiative to go and get screened. A lot that still needs to be done. A lot of money is needed for research and for many other things in the cancer space. So if an organization like KENCO calls you to attend a dinner and a fundraising for that matter, please let us show up. Because these are the organizations that are doing something to beat cancer. We are saying cancer must fall, but how will it fall without resources? So these resources are required so that KENCO can engage people to be able to do whatever it is in the cancer space so that we can achieve what we need to achieve as far as fighting cancer is concerned. I must say that having cancer is not easy. Cancer pain is pain that I wouldn't wish my worst enemy. So my fellow warriors out there, let us not lose hope. And what is important, you cannot be alone. Like we say in Swahili, kidole kimoja hakiui chawa. So if you are a survivor, or you are still going through treatment, or you have just been diagnosed, or you are fearing even to go for the screening, please do not fear. We are here. Join a support group. And if there's no support group in your area where you are, form one. I formed one for people with colon cancer. Just speak, and as you're speaking, someone will hear your story, they'll come and you can form a group. So let us keep hope alive. Thank you.